Good morning, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of NDB Media's Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday Morning Quarterbacks on Saturday. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. We are trolling the digital airwaves. Hide your children, hide your kitties. We are dangerous. You know, we're going to be discussing the news of the past week. Namely, I have ESPN on the background right here, but you can't hear it because it's been muted, unlike me, so you're stuck with that. But Fernando Tatis, 80 games suspended. This may be the end of the San Diego season if it wasn't for being swept by the Dodgers the weekend before. But that's neither here nor there. That's just a quick look at what we're going to be talking about today in the world of sports. Quite a bit. The co-host hopefully will be joining us shortly. But as you know, no fantasy sports here. We keep it real. And as such, you need to remember, we kill brain cells. We just might be the purveyors. No, we are the zombie apocalypse. You've been warned. We are repetitive and redundant. We have no peers. And, of course, we are the Internet's ongoing traffic wreck. So thank you for joining us. It is August 13th, 2022. I am the Scorekeeper. And we are going and blowing on this day. It's 72 degrees today. It's going to be 98 degrees, but I'll be out of LA. But I am going to be going to Las Vegas. Let me see if I can get the weather report. I'm going to do a Las Vegas weather report right now. So, wow, it's 80 degrees right now, and it's going to be 97. No, it's going to get to 97. It's going to be overnight. Low of 82, and there's a flood watch. Great. And I'm on my way over there, so I'm really happy. Tony, I'm going to the preseason Raider game against the Minnesota, the Vikings. I've been invited to go, and I'm really looking forward to it. This is my first football game since the middle 90s. And as I mentioned, oh, and by the way, Tony, there was a comment that you had last week. Thank you for that. I didn't have a chance to immediately comment due to the conversation, but thank you. And I did read it. It did mean a great deal to me. And I'm probably pretty much going to comment on that, or I have something akin to that right now. As you know, I did drag my father to a USFL game. It was in 1995, 85, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, it was to see Steve Young of the LA Express versus the Oakland Invaders. And it was really awesome. My dad was not an American football fan, but he would watch. I mean, he was a sports fan. He could pretty much watch almost every game or any event was going on. But I did drag him out there, and it was a lot of fun. He treated me out, and always spent a lot of money at the games on my behalf. I, on the other hand, did not always do that for my daughters. But it was a wonderful memory being able to go there. And in the 90s, I went with my future ex-brother-in-law to a Raider game at the Coliseum against the Denver Broncos, of course, because he's a Denver Bronco fan. So that was fun. Same place, LA Coliseum. So now wow. This is my next football game, and it's a preseason game, though. Let's see. 27 years in between football games. So I will be posting pictures. I would not be going to this game due to the Las Vegas Raiders prices of tickets. It's unbelievable as to how expensive they are. But I'm fortunate, and I'm going to I'm looking forward to this game. I'm meeting up with a buddy, which I haven't seen since about 2007. Been in contact with him, but I've grown up with him. I knew him since 1985, as a matter of fact. September of 1985 is when I met him. And, kind of spend the weekend out there. I'm flying out. So, see, what time does my flight leave today? Oh, my daughter just got back from New York. She got me a New York jacket from Yankee Stadium. I wasn't expecting her to bring me anything, but she did. She got me the 2 times large, and surprisingly, it's almost perfect. Almost fits. Oh, did I get caught up with the cord? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Ah, that's embarrassing. So there went the porno shot. I couldn't even dress on air. But I really like the jacket. I'm not going to take it with me because it's going to be 90 some degrees. But I like the subtle jacket type thing. It's just, this is the type of stuff I like. That it doesn't say Yankees, it just has the logo on it. It's a nice jacket. It's that blue color, and it's really cool. And I'm really fortunate. I'm not taking it with me. I'm not going to take my Yankee jersey either. I'm going to buy a Raiders jersey over at the stadium. So looking forward to it. But anyway, it is right now in hell where I'm at. It is 72 degrees. It's going to get to 99. Overnight low 71. Man, my screen is going crazy right now. Humidity is 51%. I can feel it. Pressure is 29.93 inches. Visibility is 10 miles. Even at this hour, the sun will be up in 5 minutes. There is no wind, but if we do get wind, it's heading south, but there's no wind, so go figure. Dew point is at 53 degrees. UV index, of course, since we have no sun, is 0 of 10. And the moon phase is a waning gibbous. So that's going to be the last time we look at the winter weather right now. I'm going to jump to it. See if you guys like this one. I should have a sports joke for this program, but I don't have it because I'm a moron. And then we'll speak of oxymorons in a moment. Actually, I do have a list of oxymorons. I apologize. We'll get to that one shortly. A farmer goes to the bank to ask for a loan. Sure it wasn't Scorekeeper. When the loan officer denies him credit, definitely a story about Scorekeeper. The farmer's dog bites the officer. Then she turns around and bites one of the customers. The loan officer asks the farmer, I don't understand why your dog bit me. But why did she bite the customer? I don't know. Probably to get the bad taste out of her mouth. And the first oxymoron is act naturally. That was number 47. Number 46, found missing. And one that I know quite a bit about both through my family, not me, of course. I was born at Women's Hospital. And I do have the short form birth certificate. I don't have the long form one because I don't think they made those back then. But they were all long form until some idiots decided to come up with an abstract version. But that's neither here nor there. I have a long form birth certificate as well as a short form. But when I say short form, that kind of gives people flashbacks about income taxes. I don't want to do that. Number 45, oxymorons. Resident alien. I'm going to give you number 44, advanced basic. I love those. We'll be visiting with those much later, I think. A quick look in history, folks. On this day, back in 1995, and I do remember this day, New York Yankees star Mickey Mantle passed away. Of course, as we know, he passed away due to liver cancer. And one of his final lines that once he was diagnosed with liver cancer, he urged his fans to take care of their health, saying, don't be like me. Although he did receive a liver transplant near the end within the last year, the cancer had spread to his lungs and he died just after 2 a.m. on August 13, 1995 at Baylor University Cancer Center in Dallas. At the time of his death, Mantle held many of the records for World Series play, including most home runs, most RBIs, most home runs 18, most RBIs 40, and most runs at 42. Of course, you know that he told a story that in the Joe DiMaggio was coming up to a ball and he called him off and he pulled up, stepped on a plastic cover of a drain out in the outfield, and he had a limp for the rest of his life because his knee crumpled. He still dominated the American League for more than a decade. In 1956, he won the Triple Crown, leading his league in batting average, home runs, and runs batted in. His output was so great that he led both leagues in 1956, hitting .353 with 52 home runs and 130 runs batted in. He also was voted American League MVP that year and again in 57 and in 62. After years of brilliance, Mantle's career began to decline, and by 1967, he was forced to move to first base. And of course, then in 68 would be his last season. He was elected to Major League Baseball's Hall of Fame in 1974 in his first year of eligibility. It was absolutely incredible, everything that he did. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Let me take a quick look at the schedule. We did have the NBA All-Star game this past, or the MLS All-Star game, so I did announce that one. On August 25th, Hulu biopic pick on Mike Tyson. So that's going to be interesting to watch. September, it gets real busy, and we're going to be starting our football picks this year, early and on time, because we've never done the first week. I guess it's due to the holiday weekend. We don't have our act together, but the NFL season does open up on September 8th. So we're going to have our picks as early as, I think, Memorial Day week. Well, as soon as they're on the schedule. But I'm looking forward to it. We're going to do Thursday, of course, early on. Oh, wow, Tony, that's cool to know. I like Mick a lot myself. So, I don't know where, I was, because I didn't know any better, I chose Joe DiMaggio, even though the numbers for Mickey Mantle were clearly a lot better. My dream season for a player is Mickey Mantle's 1956. I think I mentioned those numbers when he was MVP and won the Triple Crown. Just unbelievable. There were, back in the day, Tony, when we were still on VHS, I purchased one of those Twib notes, the same announcer, Mel Allen, when he was talking about Mickey Mantle. And I have the 30-minute video somewhere. Let's see if I can convert it. I think the license already expired for that one. And see if we can play it. But yes, Mickey Mantle was crazy. So I don't know who on staff is doing this. Did you know it's almost impossible to catch a criminal in Alabama? It's all because all the DNA matches, and there's never any dental records. I don't know about that, but we'll see. We have quite a few people on with us already. Want to thank Tony for the like. Appreciate it, man. Love you, as I say. I'm thinking of you, man. I'm going to the Raider game this weekend, and I'm going to be taking lots of pictures. So, yeah, really excited about it. It's been 27 years since my last football game. But continue with the schedule. NASCAR begins its postseason on September 4th, the round of 16 in Darlington. Of course, let's see. NFL really starts on the 8th, but week 1 is on the 11th. NASCAR round of 12 begins in Texas on September 25th. Going into October, Major League Baseball ends its regular season on Wednesday, October 5th. The NHL opening day is November 11th, right after the holiday. And for those of you that know and don't know, tax deadline is on October 17th. That's the last time to do it. Who are they playing? Raiders are playing Minnesota, if I'm not mistaken. And the NASCAR champ Phoenix Raceway will be on November 6th. On November 20th, first, the World Cup begins. I will be on vacation from work, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking for a co-host. I think we're going to be commenting after each and every game that week. We might even go wild and do the Thursday holiday games as well. So I don't know if anyone is interested. I am taking names. That's the best that I can say right now. We are taking names. So thank you, everyone, for all the comments right now. And we'll see. So we are behind on doing the best NFL players of all time. We are behind on doing the Mount Rushmore. I have been distracted, so I do apologize, but I hope to get to it. So, going to switch over to some of the things going on right now in the world. The Manhattan Beach Open is next week, August 19th to the 21st in the AVP. It's the upcoming event. And I think this is a time to maybe acknowledge that there are superior deities. I'm going to take a quick moment. Oh, Almighty, please join me as soon as you can. and maybe be able to spend some time with us, because being the almighty of sports, McCaven, I'm hearing voices. Anyway,
Little
I
exaggeration.
ask and beseech thee that thou disjointest us in this asoistic and jackastic forum known as Sports Talk with the Guys. Please grace us with your presence.
Oh, for crying out loud. See, you should have done that before you brought me on, and then just hit the button, and then I appear. And then, but then you need that angelic music too, like, ah! And then
Well, I'm both too cheap and too stupid to get that angelic music. I have to get it, and I hope to. Almighty,
Yeah.
almighty, almighty.
What's going on, buddy?
Everything, always, nothing, never. How you doing, pal?
Hey, I'm doing fine, my little friend, or big friend, or whatever the hell it is. So, what you been up to?
I never talk about guns. I am secure in my endowment. That did happen at work. It was hilarious. I posted about it on Facebook, where someone was talking about, I haven't shot my 357 in a while, and I haven't, I go shoot my gun in the whatever. Another guy says, yeah, he's got to go to the range. And I said, I have to go to the range myself. My coworker, John, turns to me and says, I didn't know you had a gun. You never talk about it. Well, that's because I'm secure in my manlyhood.
Well, that's cool.
He got mad.
I'm glad to. Well, I guess he wasn't as secure as you were.
Oh, all three of them weren't as secure as I was.
Well, I hope you didn't try and prove it to each other.
No, there was an audience there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, who knew? The Yankees continued to lose, and Boston beat them tied in the 9th and beat them in the 10th yesterday. So we will get to that. I think the Yankees can buy a win at any price.
It's August. They'll catch fire again.
I'm hoping so, but that team is way too good.
Well, right now their lead's pretty decent, so it take a lot to have somebody chip away at it. But you never know. It's like I said, it's only August. Yeah, go Tribe.
It is only August. I do want to tell everyone.
Tribe is in first place as of now.
That's right. Minnesota got knocked out, huh?
I don't know how long that'll last. We did take a game from the Blue Jays, so that was kind of surprising. So
that was a big deal.
But two more to go after playing the wimpy Detroit Lions and a few others. But the biggest surprise in baseball, and you have to agree with this, Roger, is that the Baltimore Orioles are actually not only out of last place, but in position to threaten for a wild card. And at the beginning of the season, we just wrote them guys off right from the beginning, Raj. And here they are in August playing baseball.
My silence is because I'm trying to control my hyperventilation.
Hey, I'm just saying.
I was breathing hard right now. So it was for the Orioles, not Speedy. But speaking of Speedy.
There he is.
Good
man of the
morning,
hour.
Speedy. How are you?
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you guys today?
Hey, we're doing pretty good.
You mistake us for other people. We are not gentlemen. But Speedy, you have always addressed us as gentlemen. Thank you.
The only time we're gentlemen is when we go to a gentleman's club.
Which I haven't. And how far is Washington, D.C. in December to where you live, pal? How many days is that away?
From who?
From you. I'm going out to Washington. I actually already have my trip booked.
That's not days. That's probably 8 to 10. Well, we're talking December too, so I have to get through some shit maybe. If there's no crap in my way, like weather, I can get there in about a day. But
I was saying if I could get there, because I'm going to be in Washington, D.C. for 5 days. I fly in. I already have my flight. I'm going in December 1st and I'm coming back Thursday. I'm flying December. Huh? Oh, read it right, stupid. I'm flying December 1st, and I will get there, obviously, the same day. And I fly back December 5th, which is a Monday. So I'm taking another Monday. And, travel day. I'm going to be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I fly back.
And can you hear him, Speedy?
No, he Cutting in and out.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
For those morbid folks,
There you go.
okay, it was probably my little Mikey thing. I wasn't eating it.
Hmm.
For you morbid folks,
And you were talking about your endowment. Oh my God!
oh, thank
Make up
you.
your mind. But
It's both. It's everything.
but what are you going to DC for? I mean, it's kind of early for an insurrection.
Laying the groundwork. I'm part of the advanced team, but no, I'm for democracy and justice and all that stuff. I'm not with those clowns and comedians. I'm gonna visit with Michael Day again. We've got this thing going that he came out to Arizona in December of 2020, and then we met in December of 2021 in Georgia and Florida. And now we're like, dude, what are we gonna do this year? We were thinking of meeting in Middle America, maybe the city of brotherly love. And I said, look, I'll just fly into DC. So I'm flying into DC this year, and I'm gonna drag his ass out to the West Coast next year. But Michael and I have got this thing going. Yes.
Plan.
I'm flying to Vegas tonight at 5:05 p.m. For you morbid folks, and you know why I'm giving the flight number for you guys. You know, hey, it could be news. Track it however you want. It's Alaska 541. I'm leaving at 5:05 p.m. from LAX, and I return on Monday, Alaska 3322, and the flight leaves at 4:50 p.m. on Monday. So I will. And it's actually this weekend. I'm flying later on today. And Speedy, it looks like I'm going to be up there on September 25th for the Sunday game at the Athletics. So we're going to be in contact. I'll talk to you more about it when you get down here. And I'm hoping to go to the game with you there so we can get Oakland off our list. It's not that we're Oakland fans, Speedy. It's that stadium is probably going to close very soon.
Yeah. Probably.
And I want to welcome the big dog. It's possible that the big dog may join us. We are talking about that. I've mentioned it to him, but we still have to settle it. I don't know what that means, but it's very possible that we're going to be hitting up there. It looks like I've got the date down. It will be September 25th. We ain't driving, so we'll be flying. It's a lot cheaper and a lot quicker to head up there. So, Speedy, we'll talk about it when you get down here. But it looks like September 25th is the day for Oakland. So, yeah, folks, I'm traveling everywhere. I'm going to Vegas this weekend. September is going to be Oakland. December is I've already got it booked. I'm going to be in Washington, D.C. October, I'm going back up to Seattle. That one is not booked yet. And then, embarrassingly so, I told Dreem, you cannot have me over for Thanksgiving. You cannot have the Scorekeeper at a family event. He's like, I'm lonely, Scorekeeper. Come on over. Like, all right, I'm there. Like,
but you are family. I keep telling you that.
I'm sure I am, but that's neither here nor there. All kidding aside, good morning,
you're
big dog. How are you? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
you're the uncle no one talks about.
Oh, I'm the uncle that everyone talks about and says, "Oh shit, he's coming." That's the one they talk about. Big dog, good morning. How are you, young man?
Talking to me, are you talking to the handsome guy right below me?
Once again,
No,
good morning, big dog. How you doing?
Morning, big dog.
Hey, big dog, how you doing, buddy? It's been a while.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing
How you
fine.
doing?
I'm in the command chair.
There you go.
I've got my angels on the case, so we're ready to go.
That is awesome, Tony. I like that, Tony. That's pretty good. We were talking about that a while ago, folks. My daughter did bring back a stylish Yankee jacket from Yankee Stadium because I'm not into the ostentation stuff. What has like Yankees, New York all over the place. It's a nice jacket. It's similar to one that I had a long time ago, non-Yankee. It was a black jacket from Costco, which someone took and never returned. I missed that jacket. And all it has is the NY on it. It's really nice. I like it. I'm not taking it with me to Las Vegas because it's going to be very, very hot. I'm not going to take my Yankee jersey either because I'll be getting the Raider jersey at the game. So I'm really looking forward to that.
So if someone were to buy you the ostentatious Yankee 27-time world champion jacket, you would like it and wear it?
It's $129 at NewYorkYankees.com right now.
That didn't answer my question.
I thought it was clear. I put the price on the site. And the answer is yes. I'm actually probably going to get that one right now. It's on sale. It's usually like $200. I'm looking to get that one right now. So, of course, good morning, Coffee. Sorry, getting old. Good morning, Coffee. He was commenting almighty about the Orioles now being up and in the possible chance for a wild card, which is crazy. And of course, this is something that Coffee has contended, and I'm actually agreeing with. That, of course, Speedy is the Oakland fan club president. We all know that. So
Oakland A's?
Of the Oakland A's, yes. So it's pretty good.
Yep.
He's been on this tirade ever since he started on my show years ago. So there you go.
You're our inside man.
Dude, he's been consistent. I will grant him that. He has been, which is really funny. So, folks, I'm really jazzed about it. I'm really excited about it. I have not been, as I mentioned earlier, and Tony's already like, yeah, shut up, dude. I've already heard it. But I haven't been to a football game in 27 years, and I'm really excited.
What did you just say?
Okay, I began the program.
It's been a quarter of a decade? I mean, yeah, quarter of a decade.
Okay, you were trying to be stupid on that one, but it came out stupid. Okay,
all right, get out your trusty calculator and see.
It's 27. I did it. It's 27
quarter
years.
Of a decade. My God. But anyway,
ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to ask for the divine almighty. Oh, good God. I stuttered when I said that. The divine almighty will forgive me for my inanity this morning. So it has been 27 years since I've been to a game. Last time I went was the Coliseum. I've actually been to 2 football games at the Coliseum. One was in '85, as I mentioned earlier, the LA Express at the Oakland the Oakland Invaders were visiting. And then, of course, I was the Oakland Raiders.
Oh, I thought I said Invaders. I'm sorry. Something's going
wrong.
No,
it was the USFL.
The left side of the screen is frozen. You and me are in charge now, the old guys. There
it's
you
frozen?
Are. Not anymore. You and Matt completely froze.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see it on our end. So
you were in the middle. You were in the middle of saying Oakland Invaders, and then that was it. It cut off.
That's all I
So
said.
I don't know what else.
That's all I said. I was there for that game, Oakland Invaders. So shortly thereafter, in '95, I went to a Raiders and a Denver Broncos game in '95, and that's been it. So looking forward to it. I don't know if this one counts. It's a preseason game.
No.
So,
well, you're still paying the same price to get in, so I guess it should count.
But, actually, I'm not. So
why?
We'll leave it at that.
What did you do? You steal something?
He pulled 5-figure discount to get a cheaper price.
He sold off all those goods he stole from the concession stands.
Go on. I'd like to hear more ideas before I settle on one. You guys are geniuses, all 3 of you, and Tony, as well as Coffee. Oh, God. I'm going to pay for that. Anyway, you're great at coming up with things.
You didn't say if you were paying more or less.
I'm not. I'm not paying. I'm not paying.
You're not paying.
Nothing.
Oh, my gosh. So, okay. All right.
So whose pick are you?
So are you sure it's worth it? Are you sure it's worth it? I mean, it's only a preseason game. Are you sure it's worth it?
I have never sat in an executive suite.
When something is free, it's always worth it.
Yeah.
Well,
gentlemen,
it depends.
I'm sorry.
He's going to be in an executive suite, maybe getting it
or
in the
they call them
spot.
Premium suites. Sorry, they're called premium suites.
Well,
I never will be in one of those ever again in my life.
Well, somebody might be in your sweet spot with a free ticket, so you might want to watch out.
Yeah, I already know how he is in Vegas, so yeah, you gotta watch out.
Your imaginings, big dog. You ought to write that stuff down. So
he doesn't need to. It's on the tip of his head.
He's a great Imagineer. I'm surprised he doesn't have a job with Disney, but that's neither here nor there. So,
job with Disney.
See, you'll be going to your second pro game in 27 years.
It'll be preseason. But finish that thought, big dog. I interrupted you.
And I'll be going to my very first pro football game in December.
Yeah,
with
but
the
it'll
Raiders.
be a regular season game.
Yes,
This
You
is
going, you going to
this is
Vegas?
just practice. Just practice.
Yeah, my daughter and son-in-law got me tickets. He's of course a Patriots fan, so it's his only downfall. He loves Boston teams. Um, but yeah, it'll be Patriots Raiders, and I get to go along.
That might be an important game for the Raiders and the Patriots come
Yeah,
December.
that's true. Yeah,
So we'll see. I hope so.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, I hope so as well.
Is it just a regular Sunday game then there, Big Dog?
yes, sir.
All right. It's no big national TV
December.
event.
I can't remember. Now I'm trying to remember. It's December or it's September. Shit.
Better find out.
Wow, the life of a retiree. Think about that. Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, September. Well,
Doesn't even have to worry about this calendar or the schedule. Good for you, Big Dog. I envy you. So, folks, we are going to get to it. It is on ESPN right now. His excuse is I inadvertently took a medication to treat ringworm that contained clostebol.
Yeah, right.
Okay, Fernando Tatis may have crashed the San Diego Padres season. I know they got swept by the Dodgers. Holy crap, big time. But the Padres are still in line for a playoff spot. But losing Tatis now, pretty much, it's going to put too much pressure on the rest of the team. And events like these have killed playoff runs in the past. And, he inadvertently, dude, oh my God, you're earning millions, and yet you do what you want. All of us would have asked, especially when it's medication. Can this cause me to lose money? Their agents tell them, call a 1-800 number. Their agents tell them, contact me, because the agent does not, I think the agent still gets paid during the suspension, but the chance to earn more money, it's like these players, and I've had these conversations with people in the chat room before that they say that I'm spewing lies. It's like, well, look, grow up and be an adult. They are protecting their money. The agents tell them, the players tell them, the owners tell them, the contract tells them, and it is what it is. And right now, for a player to say, I inadvertently, no, you're a effing moron. You're an effing moron, but you get 80 days off. It's going to cost you a lot of money. And I'm sorry that you're minus money because I want the owners to pay it out because I'm that kind of guy. Now the owners get to save all that money. So it's a shame. I wonder if it reduces their league tax if it comes into play. I wonder if that is the case. But I don't know. It's just a shame. It is just a shame. And hey, it is what it is. There's just absolutely no excuse. Speedy, what are your thoughts on that? It's ridiculous, dude.
Well, it seems like we've heard everything going on in the world of baseball, where things are happening left and right. I mean, the Braves they just had one of their lefties that was fried on concussion, I believe Wednesday or Thursday night. Everybody's still accusing, Ronald Acker Jr. from avoiding a tag at home plate, and Major League Baseball says no, that he made it. It's discretionary, but he made it. And it's like, well, how do you go from that to that? And now they're saying other things going on with this whole thing. Well, he took an illegal drug, and that's not allowed, and we need him out of baseball.
Well, he's not going to be out. This is his first one. He's gone for 80 days. He can't be with the team, can't do anything. But, yes, there is a lot going on in baseball right now. We will be talking about the concussion shortly. And I don't know, almighty Big Dog, if you've been paying attention to the fact that Major League Baseball is just absolutely blowing it when it comes to making these plays on review. It's like, why are we even bothered to doing the review? Everyone has talked about it over and over.
What are you referencing to, Mr. Raj?
I'm generalizing right now, but we'll show the.
Do you have some
play.
upcoming video for us?
I will have video, and we may even have sound. Go ahead, Big Dog. I'm so sorry.
No. They're blowing all the calls because the video reviewers are all relatives of Angel Hernandez.
Yeah. I figured he was going to go there. That's why I didn't mention his name, because I figured Big Dog would go there for us. And he did.
It's a group of guys. One of them's a tío, the other one's the compadre, the other one's,
A nephew.
A cousin, and so they're all.
Okay, folks, we had a plan here based on our script. That was going to be done in about 5 minutes, but the Big Dog jumped ahead because he's such a genius. So he pretty much deflated the entire argument right there because that's the answer. It's like it's done. We were going to be stupid and get to it, but Big Dog just solved it right there. It's like they're all related to Angel Hernandez. Could you do your best Latin, Big Dog? Angel Hernandez.
No.
Oh.
You can't get him to do anything.
Oh,
and then
shit.
And then Scorekeeper by saying deflate. Is there Major League Baseball deflate gate?
No. That might have been misadverted. I was so desperate to go to a baseball game yesterday. I was going to go alone, but then I called the Big Dog, and Big Dog blew me off again. So I was like, it's okay.
So where'd you go?
I didn't go. So I was like, I didn't have anyone to go with and share my agony and sadness with. So it's all right.
Possibly a message next time.
What? Just go by yourself, Raji.
I do. I've gone.
And then try and sit.
I've gone 4 times this year on my own.
Next to some women.
Oh no! It's what? I've been told by many people that ever since I came back from Alaska that my level of confidence has shot up, and they can see it. I've been told by people that they can detect a change in me, and I detected it. I know that it changed my life. But when I go to buy tickets, that same confidence, the people that are, they see they're like, oh shit, we'll put this little fucker in the corner. And usually I get seated where there is no one else around me.
So what's going to happen is that dog is going to bite you.
Oh, you hear that dumb little rat dog? I'm sorry.
But anyway,
I'm so sorry.
Going to Alaska boosted your confidence. So then when you go to Washington, D.C., you will lose all your confidence.
Oh! I'm not prepared to argue with that. I am not prepared. Well, I do have my return trip. I'm sorry, Big Dog?
Have you made your reservations for the White House?
No, I'm actually contacting. Thank you for reminding me. I mentioned that to the other Peter in my life yesterday.
My God.
Yeah. Oh, there's several Peters in my life.
Well, we don't want to hear any details.
There's 2 major Peters right now, but I'm contacting my local representatives
how you got
tomorrow
the free tickets
so that I can get access to the White House. Apparently, I'm going to be going to the Smithsonian Institution. And
you're not that well endowed.
Well, it's I'm going to see the Enterprise, so I'm going to see one well-endowed lady. And boy, would I love to get my hands on her Apple nacelles, if you'll excuse the engineering parlance, but that's neither here nor there.
How long will you be there?
Just stay out of her fallopian tubes.
I'm only going to lad, that it is. The Jeffries tube. Anyway, I'm only going to be there for 3 days. I'm traveling for 2. So it's a total of 5 days, and I'm going to be leaving December 5th and coming back. No, leaving December 1st and coming back on the 5th. So I'm looking forward to that. So I have a lot of traveling scheduled through the end of the year, and I'm trying to get all my traveling in because once tax season comes around, I can't do anything. So
do you plan on taking a day trip into New York?
No. No, because I already have a list. Forgive me, that was not political in nature, even though DC has its meaning. I already have a list of people I'm going to be meeting with over in December, and I may not have time. One day I'm going to go to the National Air and Space Museum. And on the other 2 days, I'm going to be meeting with quite a few hosts and people connected to NDB Media. So.
Because I believe the train ride's only about an hour and 15 minutes, if I'm not mistaken.
I've been told. And thank you for that. It's very close, but no, I'm not going to go.
And then we got to mark it down at 6:37 a.m. where Almighty
6:40
called Scorekeeper Raji. Raji.
Almighty, you
Yeah.
don't do that when we're live.
Raji Daji?
We don't do that when we're live, Almighty. You've called me that many times before, but that's been in the privacy of private conversation.
Not being live.
There goes Almighty whispering sweet nothings into Roger's ear.
And look, he's all red. He is red.
I have nothing to do with free tickets.
Almost sounds like Bill Clinton.
Well, so what? I didn't inhale.
I did
As
not.
far as
I did
Almighty
not give
goes, I'm
that
not gonna say
man
that.
free tickets.
Pretty good. Oh my God, that is pretty good. I'm sorry, Coffee. I hadn't seen that. This was in response a little while ago about my thing that the San Diego season could be shot, and I'm really disappointed because I still have plans to go down to San Diego 1 week from today, and I like the stadium down there, and he says, of course, they'll be fine. So, yeah, I agree on the Hosmer. So, and he also says Tatis, who signed a 14-year, 340-minute extension prior to last season, will forfeit roughly $3.2 million during the suspension. Yeah, I didn't think the extension took place right away, but that's still significant. It's 80 games. 80 games. So obviously he is suspended from now and well into the next season. So
Yeah,
it is what it is.
I believe it's 42 games next season, so I guess it would be 38 this season.
Thank you, Big Dog.
Or if he tries to appeal it, then of course he can play while he appeals it, and then when they tell him, no, you're an idiot, you still have to serve 80 games, then it'll just be more games next season that he misses.
Thank you, Big Dog, but they changed that. Once they announce, yeah, it's done already. He already went through the appeals and everything. Once they announce it, it's final. So you're right. Everything you just said, except it's already been done. That's why baseball got that one right. Whenever they announce the suspension, it's pretty much done. Now, everything is done for those types of suspensions. But when you have other events like a beanball incident or bumping the ump or whatever, and they give them a suspension, since it happened right there, then they can go through the appeal process and stuff like that on almost everything else. But for these testing, he probably tested positive over a month ago. And by the time
I was waiting for
through,
his excuse to be that, he hopped into TJ and ate some tainted carne asada or something like that, because that's the usual. That's the boxing excuse.
Well, Big Dog, you were really good on that. He did announce it already. And folks, let me go and put the article for my co-hosts in the private chat, and then I'm going to post it in the chat room, and you guys can see it right there. There's the article. This is what he says, Big Dog. Check it out. And he says that, I believe, in the third paragraph under the video. I've been informed by Major League Baseball that a test sample I submitted returned a positive result for clostebol, a banned substance. Tatis said in a statement, it turns out that I inadvertently took a medication to treat ringworm that contained clostebol. I should have used the resources available to me in order to ensure that no banned substances were in what I took. I failed to do so. See, my tirade, I think this was before Big Dog joined us, was, folks, your agents, the team, your contract, your union, they're on these players so that they don't get suspended. And for a player to say, oh, well, I bought a substance and bullshit. Bullshit. They know. It's just all the idiots say, oh, well, it's an accident. Bullshit. It's not an accident. There's a 24-hour website that the players can access, as well as a 24-hour phone number that they can access. So they have someone available immediately. And
their agent.
I did mention. Thank you, Big Dog. I did mention their agent. They can call the team, man. It's BS. So for him to say that, I inadvertently, he does say, I have no excuse for my error. No, it's not an error, you dumbass. You have no excuse for your actions. And it is what it is. He said a statement. He's losing money. Move on. So, I don't know. Speedy gave us a little bit of a comment on it. Big Dog, what are your thoughts? I know you've already given us a little bit on it, but Tatis...
My thoughts are, why isn't anybody talking about the fact that he fucking had ringworm?
I actually thought Almighty was going to get to that one right now, but go ahead, Big Dog.
Dirty little bastard that he is, to get a ringworm. He's clean your damn towels, man. Throw them in the wash. Holy crap!
I thought ringworm was eliminated in humans unless you're in close contact to an animal that has that.
No, I just looked it up. It says it is possible for ringworm to spread by contact with objects or surfaces that an infected person or animal has recently touched or rubbed against, such as clothing, towels, bedding, and linens, combs, and brushes. It says in rare cases, ringworm can be spread to humans by contact with infected soil. So he's gonna blame the dirt in the field.
Actually, I thought he was going to blame the dog that was sucking his face, that had the ringworms.
I'm glad you continued that thought.
Yeah, get ready to say balls.
There's a lot of things. I mean, people
Balls
who have dogs, look, my neighbor, that dumb wench, it's terrible that she lets her little dogs, all over her face and everything. And it's amusing to me because they themselves do the excrement and then they pick it up and take it back. And I'm like, hey, good for you. It is what it is.
And of course, all dogs all clean themselves. So
yeah, that too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, pets do, but dogs are a little more
aggressive.
Let's just say that they're doing it more often. Yeah.
Cats do.
Oh yeah, cats do it too. That's what I said. But the impression is
cats don't do it all the time.
Right. The impression is dogs do it more. But hey, you know what?
Dogs are pretty aggressive with their junk, and that's just the way nature is sometimes.
They live a different world. But
that's right.
Yes, he says, I'm completely devastated. There is nowhere else in the world I would rather be than on the field competing with my teammates. After initially appealing the suspension, I realized that my mistake was the cause of this result. Oh, my mistake. You moron. And for that reason, I've decided to start serving my suspension immediately. I look forward to rejoining my teammates on the field in 2023. And
Monday, you'll see pictures of him in the Caribbean partying it up because he feels so bad.
Well, Big Dog, probably, but who cares? Because he can't be with the team. He can't be in anything related to the team. So he really is gone for 80 days. So get the hell out of here. Yeah. I'm like, all right, go. But yeah, you do learn.
Well, that's the key thing that Coffee had posted about a little while ago, where he said, yeah, I guess, Scorekeeper is not fully aware this morning, but he said, this is the second time we've been disappointed with him. Mike Cleaver, who earned the win on Friday, said, you just hope that he grows up and he learns from this. But he hasn't learned anything at all right now. So,
Yes, the GM did state, this is the second time we've been disappointed with him, said Mike Clevenger, who earned the win on Friday. Oh, that's not the GM. Sorry, I apologize. We hope he grows up and learns from this and learns that it's more than just him right now. Well, no shit.
And what was the first disappointment again? I'm sorry.
I think when he was screwing around and got hurt. So, Tatis.
I thought maybe it was when he signed the contract.
Well, that's the Padres. That is the Padres.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tatis has played in only 273 of San Diego's 499 games since debuting on November. I was going to call him a debutant on opening day 2019.
That might fit.
it might fit. And Coffee, as always, you're always ready with statistics to help us out in the conversation. Thank you. So, Almighty, some of your thoughts. I know we've been going all over the place on this one, but I don't know if you comment on this one.
What about he's making
Mr. Tatis.
I don't care. I mean, he's making excuses like we're supposed to forgive him or something. Oh, I thought I ringworm, gonorrhea. I mean, you know, it doesn't matter. You should know what you're putting in your body.
He's just sorry he got caught.
Yeah, but he's making these excuses. You know, oh, I thought I was blah blah blah. But that's not an excuse. You're still gone. You can say what you want. You've hurt your team. You've hurt yourself. You've lost money, and just own it. For once, just own the damn thing and say, hey, I screwed up. I was trying to get some extra power, but it didn't. I got caught. Instead of making all this ringworm crap that I don't know. Instead of trying, I'm just saying own it and then walk and then let the cards fall where they may instead of just standing around. And did he apologize to his teammates for screwing up?
I believe he did.
All right. Well, that's kind of cool, even though the pitcher got on his ass. But,
yeah, look,
I'm just saying own it. I mean, let's stop with the excuses. I mean, you got caught, you got busted, you're done, and just I guess you already apologized, but just own it instead of saying I got ringworm or dandruff or whatever, or I got something stuck in my ass. I mean, come on. And he got free tickets. So I'm just saying.
You know what? I was going to send you a live picture of the drink that I was going to have for you, Almighty, in the premium suite, but I don't think I'm going to take that picture anymore.
Well, fine. That's hey, just don't show me what's in your behind. But anyway, but I'm done. You just own it.
Oh, I find that hard to believe, Almighty.
With this subject, with Titus.
Very good. Folks, if you listen to the way we bastardize his name, well, at least the way I did in Almighty by the time we get to Titus, that was pretty good. I like that. Because it was first Tatis, and it was Tatis, and now Titus. Yeah, pretty good. Let me see. Since he got called up to the majors, Byron Buxton has played only 577 games of 1184. Twins need to purge him from the roster. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, very, very good there, Coffee. So that was our big story right now. There are some other stories going on right now. Good morning to the fellow nutty one. Hi, the Queen.
Morning, Aisha.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are things in the palace?
Oh, I was going to say in the realm. Very good, Almighty. Yeah. The eternal heavenly palace. Yes. I hope Aisha is doing well. Thank you for joining us, Aisha. As a matter of fact, I want to take a quick moment and do acknowledge the likes from Tony and from Aisha. Thank you. I'm going to check on Facebook because I know I get likes from a few other people's, but they do not show up on our feed because of the privacy settings. So, folks, if you do want to join us, you can join us on our YouTube page. You can join us on our Facebook, which is facebook.com/NDB Media. You can look for the Sports Talk with the Guys page, or you can find us on twitch.tv/NDB Media. And there we can see all of your comments, everything. That's our Twitter feed right there. I'm sorry. I jumped a bit ahead, but there it is. Twitch.ndb, twitch.tv.ndb /NDB Media. All right, sorry. We'll do the top of the hour right now. All right, Big Dog. What story would you? Oh, just a quick announcement. The NBA, unless they have done so, I've been waiting for the NBA schedule. Has it been? I mean, we know some big events, but has the schedule been issued yet?
No, the schedule has not been issued yet, and there are rumors about the Christmas games. That even has not been released either.
Right. I understand the only thing that is watch it, Almighty. The only thing that is hard, set in stone, is the All-Star game.
That one's too easy.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. That was too easy. Okay, fair enough. Because that one is usually scheduled 1 or 2 years in advance. But beyond that, we have the historical dates and stuff. I think they're only about a week behind anyway on issuing their NBA schedule. Traditionally, they usually do it in the first or second week of August, right?
Yeah, it's coming. It'll be probably within the next week or so. Usually, as soon as they announce the Christmas games, the entire schedule gets released about 4 or 5 days later. So
Yeah, I did catch
they'll-
some of that for the Christmas games. There, people are suggesting. I believe they're
Yeah.
talking about 5 games.
it's always 5 games. And the rumor is that the Lakers will be actually on the road, which is odd because it's supposed to be Dallas. They will be in Dallas taking on Luka. And it's usually odd because the Lakers usually host the game. And it's probably been since maybe the early 90s that the Lakers have not hosted a Christmas game. They've actually had to travel, but we'll see. They might make that change later.
Thank you, Big Dog. Yes,
That's
Aisha,
weird.
I'm so sorry that you're having that trouble. And it's nice to know that we're on a tablet. It gives us the oohs and ahs on being on something other than just a phone. Thank you. Big Dog, what's the first story? I'm sorry.
It's odd that Amazon doesn't work on a Fire tablet since Amazon owns the Fire tablet.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
that's-
No,
yeah.
whoa. No, she said her internet is screwing with her. So
Internet problems.
it's Aisha. Is it an old tablet? It's possible. So, but you are 100% right on that, Big Dog. Not that you needed me to tell you that. Hopefully it is just that.
Well, I just read what she wrote.
Yes, and that's what I did. You're 100% right on that. Big Dog, what is the first story you want to get to today, young man?
I wasn't going to talk about the NBA Christmas games or rumors, but someone.
Oh, I'm
beat Chile,
sorry.
so they're
I'm
red.
so sorry. I didn't mean to preempt it, pal. Okay. Almighty.
I'm the basketball guy, and then you go, where do you want to go to? Oh, but before you go to, let me give you an NBA tidbit here, which is like the only damn thing going on in the NBA right now.
Okay,
But that's
Big Dog, that was
fine.
completely. I effed you in the wrong way, and I'm so sorry. It's because I'd like to be ready to go with the Big Dog, so I like to throw, say, I did my research 2 minutes before the game. I mean, before the episode, Big Dog. Just want to show you that I'm interested in basketball. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Because as you know, I do have my working schedule. So sorry, Big Dog. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say with ESPN, I'm not ESPN with the NBA. Everything is pretty much at a standstill. The only thing that really came out during the week is that Kevin Durant reiterated that he wants to be traded. He does not want to be on the team when preseason starts. So they're supposedly trying to accommodate him accordingly, But like I said before, I mean, yeah, you don't want a player that doesn't want to be there, but he signed his contract. He's got, I believe, 2 or 3 years left on it, or at least a year left on it. You don't have to trade him. Just like with Kyrie Irving, they don't have to trade Kyrie. We don't have to. Well, we don't want him, but we don't have to trade Russ. And the only reason why we have it is because no one wants him. The running joke is only 29 teams do not want Kyrie, and 30 teams do not want Russ, including us. Yeah, cupcake. No one wants the cupcake.
Big Dog, for Durant,
Yes.
has the situation changed with the team? In other
As
words,
far as
did they promise him to be competitive and stuff, and then make deals and send players away and stuff like that? Because
No.
I have nothing for a player that bitch just like you. You're getting your money. That's where you went. But did the makeup of the team change?
Only so much as that Harden decided he wanted out. There was rumors. Okay, Durant's got this year plus 3 more years.
Yeah, we all laughed at that signing. We were laughing, and we're still laughing at that one.
Yeah, and the thing with Durant, the rumors are is that he does not get along with Steve Nash. The rumor going around is that he said, "I'll stay with the Nets as long as you fire Nash," and I think the GM. He told that to the owner. I know it was definitely Nash. I can't remember if it was Nash and his assistants or if it was Nash and the GM. But he said his pretty much thing was either he stays. The only way I stay is if he goes. Period. And the owner gave the dreaded vote of confidence to Steve Nash, though.
Oh.
But
Wow.
this owner may be, saying no. We're sticking with you, and because who's to say next season Durant doesn't pull the same crap? So I think the owner is just saying, I'm gonna get, I gotta trade him. Durant, it's hard because whatever team gets Durant is gonna have to give up the bank. They're going to have to give up at least 2 quality starters, at least 3 first-round picks, and probably a good bench guy for Durant. We may not like him. We may call him all these different names and so on and so forth, but he is pretty much the number 1 or 2 guy in the league right now. He's one of the purest shooters. He up until last season when he got hurt, he was pretty damn dependable. He only missed a few games a year, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he was pretty dependable. And he always puts up great numbers. So he is a commodity, but the thing is, what are you willing to give up to get him? And in giving that up, are you then taking away from your own team's aspirations? So that's the tricky part is, to get someone like Durant, you have to give up pretty much your team, and are you better off with him on your team?
Almighty, do you want to add to that?
To what?
Exactly, Durant.
I don't have any comment on that. That's all Big Dog.
Speedy, anything you want to add to that?
I guess not.
Hi, Speedy. Okay, I guess Speedy doesn't want to add anything to that. Okay. Hopefully Speedy's able to hear us. We'll see.
That's
Big
exactly
Dog.
what I was thinking right now.
Yeah. If someone could send him a message in the private chat, that would be sweet. He might be having issues right now. Hi, Speedy.
Can you hear us?
Hi, Speedy.
Speak.
Oh, there he is. We lost him. Okay, he'll be coming back. So he was having computer issues. I think he was starting the reset process. Scorekeeper. I'm sorry, Big Dog. Whoa, talk about having a.
You can speak to yourself in the third person. You do it all the time.
Hey. Anyway, no need to discuss our personal problems on air. Big Dog. Durant was hurt all of last year, correct? In the first year of this deal.
The year before. This is his third year
before.
now. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. Has he recovered?
Yes.
So I guess the value that you suggested is in line with his age and ability still?
Yes. Let me
Projected,
see.
of course.
He played 55 games last year because he came back in the middle of the year.
Yeah.
And in those 55 games, he averaged 30 points, 7.4 rebounds, and 6.4 assists. So, yeah. So he's still there.
Speedy, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. I don't. You guys started. It got a little weird, and then it sounded like everybody was talking over everybody else, and I'm like, oh, this is not working. I gotta close out and come back in. So that's what I did, and I think it's fine now.
Yeah, we detected when you were starting the shutdown process. So fair enough. All right, I don't know if you had any comments on Durant, Speedy. If not, we're going to go to Almighty for the next story. Okay.
No comment.
All right, I appreciate that, Speedy. Almighty, what would you like to discuss this morning?
All right. Well, I think I posted it in our place, but rumor has it that Baker will be the starter.
Yeah.
And it's the worst kept secret as far as I can tell because Coach, what's his name, Rule won't make a decision. But he's been impressive in the 12 practices. And so I guess he'll start. I don't know if they're going to play musical quarterbacks or not. But I guess if the rumors are true, it's his job to lose. And in the next two preseason games, he will start. And then Dawg will take over with his nephews on the second string.
Really?
I was about to say, what's his name?
Huh? Dawg. Yeah, but I'm telling you. So Baker may start against the Browns in week 1. And we'll see if he'll get his revenge. Unless he gets injured. But we'll see. But anyway, that's the quick thing here to get into Baker because but there's also a suggestion that if Baker does start, that Duck may be traded to Disney.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's true, but if that's true, well, then you guys see the irony then, don't you?
Continue. See this through.
I
do not see the irony.
Okay. Deshaun Watson comes in. Baker's traded. Baker goes to Panthers. They trade Darnold. So there's the irony that it might work. It might play out again, but with Baker on top. If the rumor is true that Duck may be traded to Disney, I don't know. And maybe that's something that might happen if someone gets injured in the regular season. But I guess the question is, will Duck be in the backup because he was a star. I mean, he started he's a starter like Baker was last season, and now if things play out like we're listening to, or whatever, then he'll be sitting on the bench, and will he like that? Or will he just be chomping at the bit until Baker screws up if he does? I don't know. But that's irony. If Duck is traded, then it's the same scenario that was happening in Cleveland. So it's interesting how what comes around goes around crap. So,
I mean, I wouldn't expect him to sit on the bench. I'd expect him to waddle around on the sidelines. But other than that,
okay, well, whatever. Yeah. But I'm telling you, I don't know what he. So that's the Baker Mayfield watch for this week.
Oh, we now have an official NFL watch. That's good. I like the Baker Mayfield watch. Speedy, your comments on that?
Yes, well, we talked about it last season. The fact that are we going to have extra games going into this? And like I said last week, I didn't know until I had gotten home from work last Wednesday that everybody was like, "All right, we're gonna do this now. It's preseason tonight." I was like, "What?" And then I go to work on Thursday last week, and I was like, "Oh, Raiders were doing good." And I was like, "Well, I didn't know because I was, off going to bed because I had to get up for work early the next morning. Had no clue there was a preseason game going on, and these are just little tiny nuances that the league is throwing in there where they're like, hey Fox, hey ESPN, let's do a game right now. Let's just throw it on TV." So now it's like when you turn on TV, or when people like we talked about just a minute ago, where you can watch it on your iPhone, your iPad, or whatever. Every time you turn that on, oh my God, look, there's an NFL game. And the debate must be stopped now. We all know. because everybody, has argued with us over the years, myself and Scorekeeper included. You guys are stupid. Preseason games, they do count. No, they don't. They never have, right, Big Dog?
That's right.
No. That's why I'm not going to a professional game. I'm going to a preseason game this Sunday. Tomorrow.
No, for you it counts.
Say what?
For you it counts.
No, I didn't hear. Sorry, Big Dog.
For you it counts.
Oh, ha, ha. So this is the all-star game for me? It counts. It matters. Yeah.
Well, this
If
does
you
count
go
for.
to an all-star game, hell yeah, it does.
No, that's what they said about the all-star game for a few years after the debacle of Joe Torre in, when was it, in 2002? The game that ended in a tie because they had to get everyone in and Joe Torre blew it. And now after that, they're like, oh, now it matters. Now it counts. So when you said right now, oh, no, but for you, it matters. It counts. Like, okay.
And then also at the end of last season, Roger Goodell came into the fact, we might jump into 17 games. We'll see. And I'm like, I just want to get that one or two extra games in there before the guys are even ready. So, and with the fact that, he said, we don't need the Pro Bowl anymore, which made a lot of fans upset. Some more Hawaii. Sorry, Almighty. I know you love Hawaii.
Okay.
All right. Well, fair enough. Look, Goodell's been blowing it lately. He's really unhappy with Deshaun Watson. We can talk about that in a few moments. But yes, Big Dog and I, Almighty and you, we've all talked about this, about what's happened to the Pro Bowl, how it's like nothing. It's a waste of time. Yeah, it actually was entertaining to the players, to the fans, when it was after the Super Bowl in Hawaii. It was just fun to get one more game. Everyone knew it was an exhibition game, but you got to see the players just one more time. And
the players liked it because it was a free trip to Hawaii that they got to bring their family with.
Yeah.
It's
a whole different thing.
And yeah, one last game to be, with the guys and see, and the elite players would show up. Not like now. Where,
and sometimes it was a rematch of the Super Bowl too.
So and some of the people, the ones that don't show up, the excuses are, oh well, we have the Super Bowl coming up. So every player on each of those teams won't go. But then you have the other excuses like, Tom Brady won't go, oh, my elbow hurts right now, or Giselle won't let me because, she won't let me out of the house or something stupid. But when it was a trip to Hawaii, everybody wants to go to Hawaii. And in the spirit of, go ahead.
And then about the fact, remember back in April when I had, gotten my car tuned and did an oil change and all that, when I was at the Acura dealership back in April, and I posted that I was watching ESPN, and they said, well, Roger Goodell's got a lot to compete with because he's got all these other leagues, and I'm going, oh yeah, that's right, these other new football leagues that are coming up. Dwayne Johnson apparently, I guess, took over the XFL now? So that's
I think we talked about that a few weeks ago. You may not have been here, Speedy, when I mentioned that there's been resolution to the lawsuit. So that one's done and out of the way.
The competition that so-called everyone talks about, it to me equates the same as saying the AA ball that Roger and I go to see the 66ers and the Quakes is equal to seeing the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium. That's what I equate the NFL versus all these other alphabet leagues.
Yeah. Folks, I have an affinity for the USFL. I went to a game. I watched the league. I had no illusion that it was, that it was the NFL. What I enjoyed about the USFL and the whole concept of the spring games is you get a little bit more NFL. You get some more football, but never has it ever been on the thing. So look, Speedy, look, the NFL has no competition right now. The
No.
only one that actually gave the NFL competition was the original USFL. You weren't around back then, Speedy. Almighty and I were, and a few others that are in this chat room. The USFL was not stealing players, but they were signing players before the NFL draft, and they were getting some absolutely huge names out of college. And there were a few professionals that were kind of like on the edge or whatever they call it, on the
fence.
seat. Thank you.
On the fence.
And they went over to the USFL. In the second season of the USFL, those games were awesome because you had some really good talent from college coming in. And the college game is not bad.
And then Trump got greedy.
Well, the third season took place, and then, Trump got stupid. Big Dog's nice.
As he always does. But in the
that was the only time the NFL actually had serious.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say, since preseason we say is so important, these games, I'm gonna give everybody the scores.
Oh, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, very quickly, we're now switching to the NFL preseason scores.
But anyway, real quick here.
Sure.
Before you get into the scores that I was going to do.
I'm sorry.
Well, I was going to do it too, but the Big Dog now for the second time beats us to it.
See, like Roger, you're right. There is no competition because all the leagues are now in concert with the NFL as their expansion teams, because they're allowed to raid each league for players left and right. That's why there's no competition, because I think a few have already signed from the USFL, haven't they? Big Dog, have you heard? I think I've heard a few players have signed from that league.
I believe so. Yeah.
And I don't have a number, but I think I've read that they have, because in the USFL they are allowed to move up if they get an offer. I mean, so there is no ironclad contract like there was back in the day when some of us watched the real USFL, when it was actually trying to compete and get players like the NFL. Now it's just a watered down version of whatever the hell it was back in the 80s. And that's a sad story, but that's just the way it is. It's just, I guess they want to make sure they survive, and they just made their peace with the NFL, the biggest football monopoly in the world. So, we'll go with that. So, I mean, that's all I have to say is that, you're like, I mean, you can watch it, but, there's no use becoming a catch to a player if you have a favorite team, because in the off season he may be gone. So there's no really, you can't really get a fan base for a player to keep the fans coming in, because if that player is that good, well, then he might be moving to the NFL, which is unfortunate. So what fan wants to watch their players rotate out?
How many fans want to follow a logo?
Well,
that's
true.
what it's going to come down to. I mean, forgive me, Almighty, but that's basically what you're saying.
Well, yeah, I know what you're saying, but it's not that. But without the competition, we might as well go out in our backyard and play and see the NFL pick us up, because it's the same thing. I mean, in a way, but
yes,
there's no, like you said, it's just they're all in cohesion. They're all, let's all join forces and become this big power, and then we'll take our power back to Europe, and we'll start in Germany and make our way out.
Yeah,
and make our way out.
Yeah,
and this time we will take England. So
yeah.
And maybe even Russia too. If we can't go to Russia right now, but we can, but we'd have to fight our way in again. So we'd have to leave early enough in the spring to get to Moscow before the winter.
Oh, dude, thank you. Woody time. I appreciate that. That was an intellectual Woody. I appreciate that. So, there is a historical precedent for us going over there. But, folks, Almighty, you got it right there. The USFL, by my count, because I do post them from USFL over to Sports Talk with the Guys, whenever there is a signing, it is a big deal for the USFL because it does lend credence that there is talent over there. But that ends right there with exactly what Almighty said. And that's why I said, dude, it comes down to how many people are actually going to follow a logo. Because if you know that there's a chance the talent is going to go, it's going to be difficult. So you're basically acknowledging that the USFL is a minor league organization for the NFL. Yeah. And that may work. Look, I have no illusion that the USFL is, again, the new version. Let me tell you, I'm a fan of USFL, but it was difficult to watch some of these games. It was. I think all three of us playing in our backyard could have played better than some of those games. Yeah. When you said that, I was nodding, dude. But that's the first year of the USFL. It was kind of that way too. The second year, it got good. So knowing that there's a competitive league out there. But there won't be
no second year of getting good if players keep moving on because there's nothing to build on. You have to these teams may have to rebuild or get new talent every year. It's not like I'm sorry to interrupt, Roger. I shouldn't have done that, but
no,
that's cool. But that's what we all agree that the USFL is nothing but
farm system
or practice squad.
I don't know if it's no shot against you, Big Dog, but it might be more of a practice squad because that's what I was thinking.
I mean,
myself.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of bigger. I mean, like inflated or whatever, a big, a bigger. Practice squad. I don't know what I'm looking for a word and I can't find it.
Dude, I think that's right on.
But I mean,
yeah. Almighty's getting there, but we'll let Big Dog go with the score because he's been waiting patiently for that. And then I have something to add to what Almighty just said. So perfect.
Oh, okay.
Those scores. Okay.
Yeah.
And then once we're finished with that, I need to circle back to the NBA because I forgot one thing, and I'm stupid because I forgot it because it was pretty damn important.
Oh, that was at 7:22 a.m.
Yep. All right. So on Thursday, it was the Giants over the Patriots, 23-21, and the Ravens beat the Titans, 23-10.
Oh.
Yes. Yesterday, it was the Niners over the Packers, 28-21. Falcons beat the Lions, 27-23. Almighty's Browns beat the Jaguars 24-13.
Why does that have resonance? It's structural resonance. Almighty's Browns.
The Cardinals beat the Bengals 36-23, and the Jets beat the Eagles 24-21. Today's games, it will be the Chiefs at the Bears, Panthers at the Commanders, the Colts at the Bills, Seahawks at the Steelers, Dolphins at the Bucks, Saints at the Texans, the Cowgirls at the Ponies, the Rams at the Chargers, and as we all know, on Sunday it will be the Vikings at Allegiant Stadium versus the Raiders. Raiders are favored by 4.
Is that the only game on Sunday?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
At 1:25 p.m. It is not a 5 o'clock game, so make sure you be there on time because I can just see you showing up at 4:30 and the game's over. That would be funny.
No, that's why I have someone supporting me in the endeavor, so it's all good. And that's why I left a day early. My flight was going to arrive at 11:15 on Sunday. And I said, 2 hours, I don't know. I could have walked across from McCarran to the stadium, but I don't want to do that. I just I moved my flight to tonight, so it was good. And I'm looking forward to it. I haven't gotten away in a little bit, so.
As long as you don't end up like one of my wrestling buddies, he actually missed his flight, so he had to wait for another flight to come, bring him back here to the Bay Area. Have anybody ever missed their flight? I almost did when my whole surgery incident happened, and then, my cousins and everybody else, my neighbor that went with me to Vegas, we were explaining to Las Vegas airport that, I have a medical emergency and here's my paperwork. I just got released from the hospital. I need to get back to California right now. And they're like, they all use the radios. All right, hold the plane. We got 2 more coming. And luckily, I was able to get on my flight.
Wow. I'm glad they held it for you. No, Speedy, Big Dog has every reason to let me have it. I misjudged the traffic on the first game that we went to a few weeks ago.
Well, that one I did.
Dude,
that one.
I have no excuse. I just misjudged the traffic. I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I thought I was going to the Quakes, which are 4 miles away, as opposed to the San Bernardino team, which is like 30 minutes away without traffic. I really misjudged that one. That was a total F up on my part. And we got there in the bottom of the first, basically top of the second. So when we got there, and when Big Dog and I were getting our tickets and we heard them singing and stuff, and we're like, oh shit, Big Dog, I hope it's not one of those games. Because we went to one game where all the scoring was in the first inning, and that was, that's it. To quote Mariano Duncan on the 1996 Yankees, we played today, we win today, and that's it. And sure enough, we went to that game. Boy, did they get lit up, huh, Big Dog? 16-1.
Yep.
And it was almost perfect weather. Almost.
And in answer to that one, Aisha, why is it that when there's tornadoes in Texas, everybody huddles in the end zone? Because nothing ever touches down there.
Whoa!
Wow.
Ow, Aisha, come on, woman. I know that you're pretty damn quick, and your revenge is worse than a Borgen heat. So let's see.
But anyway, talking to cowgirl,
and we will get back to you, Speedy.
Cowgirls. I mean, that's one of Big Dog's favorite positions. That's why.
Actually, that one's fun.
Yep,
that one is fun.
Yep. I was going to
Big Dog do his NBA thing that he forgot because I've only got 30 minutes left. I didn't get
okay. The most important thing that in the NBA that happened, I apologize.
We missed something. Wow.
Yes. Actually, the NBA announced that in accordance with the passing of Bill Russell, the number 6 will be forever retired. No other player may wear the number 6 again. And just like in baseball, if you were wearing the number last season, when the season ended, you are grandfathered in, and you're allowed to wear it till you give up the number or retire. So last year, 11 players wore the number 6. Amongst them, the most known ones were Montrezl Harrell, Alex Caruso, Kristaps Porzingis, and of course LeBron James.
I guess.
Sorry, go ahead.
I thought Durant wore that one, but I guess not. I was wrong.
No, if he didn't wear it last year.
No, I'm wrong. What a shock!
So, and also every basketball court, the floor is going to have a shamrock with the number 6 in it on the sideline.
Wow.
Next to the scorer's table, and of course, there's idiots already. They're making a giant logo saying, "No, this isn't right. This isn't right." And what it is, it's a picture of the logo on the Lakers court, but it's on the court itself. And of course, everybody's, "Oh, no, that's not right. You can't have a Celtics logo on the Lakers." Blah blah blah. And I pointed out, do you guys even read?
No, they don't.
It says on the sideline, not on the court.
Okay,
but
let's pretend that these idiots are. Let's just pretend for a moment. This is Bill Russell. Calm the fuck down.
Let's pretend that we ignored him and actually did.
Oh, that's even better. That is much better.
Because, let's honor the man. I mean, come on. That's like Big Dog said, it's not going to be in center court. It's not going to be a big shamrock with the number 6. And guess what? If you're on the other side, it'll be number 9. So
Good one. Good one.
And if you put 2 to appease both sides, then it'll be a 69.
There you go. But
Well,
I thought it was a great gesture by the NBA by retiring his number. I mean, he did a lot of.
That's something. When you hear that, it's like, well, why don't they do that while he's alive so he can embrace the honor? We do. I mean, it's great that they're doing it, but now he's dead. And it's like, who's going to tell him? You know. But I understand. So is that Shamrock just for this season then, Big Dog?
Yes. Yeah. That's just for the season, just to honor his career.
So the whiners could just shut up for a year and let it be, right?
Yeah, and of course the other idiots had chimed in right away when they announced that the number 6 was being retired. The other idiots in another group. Well, that's stupid. Why do we have to put his number in our rafters?
Oh, good God!
Well, where does it say that it goes up on the Wall of Fame with the Lakers?
Oh my!
It only says the numbers.
Oh my God!
I know. Yeah, they're idiots.
Let's make a pact right now that we don't talk about millennials and Gen Zeros. Let's just that way. I mean, I know that'll take about a half hour out of our show. We have to fill that with something else, or even an hour. But still, every week we've got to deal. There's something about these people.
Yes, I know
that they don't read and they miss it, and the thing is, with social media, they just go blah 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 blah. You know. So anyway,
Scorekeeper, thank you for saying at me, but
let's move on to the Speed Man because he said he only had like a little limited time.
The
right?
Speed Man. But before we go any further, BAs, forgive me, Speedy. Big Dog, Aisha did comment, and I know you've seen it. So she's talking about getting you a flea collar.
Actually, I don't have fleas, but you can find a shock collar if you want. We'll talk about that.
He might like a spike collar with a little chain you can pull him along with, and you can have a whip there, and you can have a whip, Alicia. And just let him have it, and think you. And I know Big Dog well enough that he will enjoy it. Yeah. If he's tired, he doesn't have. I mean, why not? I mean, tie him to the bed. Oh, never mind. Let's move on.
Quick update. Thank you. Seriously, quick update. Thank you. It is. So Manchester City is up 2-0 on that one. Thank you, Coffee, for updates. As you know, folks, we do appreciate when you help us give the updates. It is much appreciated. I don't think I got to the first one, but thank you for that. They're now up 2-0 over in the old world. And very quickly, folks, we're an hour and a half in. This is Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday Morning Quarterbacks on Saturday. We're here on the NDB Media Network. Of course, that's Speedy right over there. That's the Big Dog, and that's Almighty on the Scorekeeper. Very quickly, just following us. Exactly when we follow, we may go all the way through, but we do have a program at 10:30 a.m. Of course, it's ever new at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. It's on every other Saturday. And, of course, Chris Smith is on. I believe Chris's regular co-host. Excuse me, I apologize. Hannah will not be available. And the estimable, his graciousness, the indelible Mark B. Lee will be joining Chris Smith as guest / co-host. So you may want to check that one out. And that one's going to be at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. Go ahead, Big Dog.
But is it abuse if it's allowed?
She said she doesn't want to.
I didn't see it. Oh, damn it. I didn't see it. Oh, there's a YouTube video about the dumbest things Americans say. Guess they haven't found those fans yet. As for a shock collar, can't abuse the old folk.
Oh.
But revisiting to the Big Dog quote, would you ask that question again? That it's his abuse if it's allowed. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it abuse if it's allowed? If it's consensual?
It depends how it goes on social media. That is why. Remember what happened to last year? What we were talking about during the baseball season with the guy from the Dodgers, that pitcher.
Yeah.
What was his name again, Roger?
Like it effing matters.
Roger?
Bauer.
Yeah, remember she sent the pictures, and he's claiming that it was consensual. So you still got to be careful out there, big dog. You still
Yeah,
can't
that's
really go to
right.
town on the women yet, unless there's let's make sure there's no pictures taken afterwards. There, big dog. But
Oh, did you hear Big Dog?
just
Yeah, I heard that.
just
Okay,
you know,
Speedy,
make
we
sure
got-
you have some makeup there to cover up those bruises there, big dog, and then
We
wow,
want
you
we
got
want
it.
to talk about Speedy.
Yeah, Speedy, we got to get to you, Speedy.
Well, I've been trying to. But go ahead, Speed Man.
All right. Thank you. Because we have to go back to that. But very, very quickly, before we go back to that, you guys earlier were talking about Christmas games that are coming up. Last night on SmackDown, Pat McAfee announced that over Christmas week, 2 weeks before Christmas and the lead up to Christmas, the World Cup. And Pat McAfee said, USA is going to win, and we're bringing that home. I'm like, well, if the World Cup ends up taking place with the United States winning for soccer, what other countries call football, we call soccer, they call football, and, But yeah, Pat McAfee believes that USA will do that over the Christmas holiday. So, a lot of games coming up towards the end of the year. And back to football, like I was saying, remember, was it probably 3 months ago where Scorekeeper aired, those pictures that I sent him to show to you guys here on the show live, where the uniforms and the helmets, everything about the NFL is now looking pretty dull, if you ask me. Because remember, he had shared with you guys the fact that they want to use those rubber helmets in the NFL, and I'm like, are we going backwards instead of forward? And Roger Goodell said himself, this is for all about safety. This is what we need. I'm like, not with these kind of uniforms, not with these kind of helmets. Unless you're going to screw things up, because it might just be almost as bad as what everybody else is flipping out about. Oh my God, why are we doing so much Christmas and Halloween and Thanksgiving all at the same time? People are still shocked about this. I'm not, because, the first time I was shocked that everything coming at once was in 2007 when I was still at Safeway, and we had a meeting, and Nike was like, "Sure, Matt, sure, you're joking." I'm like, "No, I'm not joking. I will get the manifest off the deck that they sent in our conference call, and I will show it to you guys." And they kept laughing. I was like, "All right, stay here. I'll be right back." And I came back downstairs and like, "Here you go." And Nike was like, "Thanks, Christmas, Thanksgiving,
No offense,
Halloween."
Matt, but you're talking all over there, all over the board. What does it have to do with football?
Because there's more football games coming out now. We talked about the fact that preseason's in earlier, and that he wants to try and add more games, just like Major League Baseball wants to add maybe 17, 18 games for the season, which is good in some ways, but in a lot of ways, other people like me don't like flipping between. Well, I gotta change the channel. I gotta change the channel. Baseball's on. No, I gotta change the channel. Football's on. Or you could just do what my other friends that I'm going to meet with later today in about 20 minutes. I'm going to DVR the preseason game today, because we're all going to be busy today.
That's what I do. I DVR all the time.
Just don't tell the new people about that. The newbies won't understand anything. They'll be like, "What's VHS? What's DVR?"
First of all, why are you DVR? Tell your friend, why is he DVRing damn preseason games? It's not like the starters even play, especially the first game.
Right. I don't know. That's what they were talking about earlier this week, and they're like, "Well, we're busy on Saturday. We'll just You want to come to my house? And the other guy goes, well, we can't because we all have to be here. And I'm like, okay. I'm not privy to the conversation, so I'll just stay out of the conversation. Like, well.
What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about,
Okay, we understand that was you, Almighty.
Okay. A continuation of oxymorons from this morning. Number 41. Good grief, Almighty. That was a perfect timing on that one. I'll have more oxymorons as I'm moving down the list as we move forward. Since Big Dog brought that one up last week, I thought it was kind of cool to get a list of oxymorons to move forward on. So
I have a great one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
I have a great oxymoron. Probably number one all time, and half of the nation isn't going to like it. The oxymoron is President Trump.
Oh, impressive. Impressive. Most impressive. So we now have 48 on the oxymoron list. I only had 47 for the day. Now I have 48. So that's good. And I'll give you another one.
His is 45, by the way. His is number 45 on the list.
Oh, okay. I'll have to adjust that list. So number 45 was Resident Alien. So we're going to make that one 46. And here's another one. One of the most annoying oxymorons. And it has nothing to do with you gentlemen. But I get this at work often speaking to engineers. Same difference. The illiteracy, the jackassity. Oh my God. But that isn't actually an oxymoron. And where does it originate? With engineers. Same difference.
That brings up a good point. You actually brought that perfect timing because your video, what was that about? When you were driving along and you're like, well, I guess the cops have to handle this one. Nice job, buddy.
I was not driving.
Yeah, that wasn't him.
Yes, but that's okay, Speedy.
It was someone else's video.
Yes, that is Solomon Walters. And if you look at the picture at the very end, I get a profile shot accidentally of Solomon Walters. So he's on there. That is Solomon Walters. As you know, he was on this program for a year and a half. We did the NASCAR coverage, and it was really fun. I've been trying to get him to join us, but he is working these mornings. But anyway, that was Solomon Walters. And he was pissed because people were moving through the accident zone, and there was an idiot that was slowing everyone down. And I caught the tirade perfectly. I knew, I had a feeling Solomon was going to snap, and I started recording the accident, and not even 3 seconds later, he is just letting them have it. So it was really funny. I could not have asked for a better timing. Also, for those of you that know, when I was on vacation 2 weeks before, when I went up to Lake Tahoe, that's Solomon Walters talking in the background too, when he says, "Oh, Daddy, I think I need a new car." That was a beautiful bitching car that was smoking on the video. It was really funny. At that intersection, there was like $800,000 sports cars, and it was just a bunch of rich kids, just a bunch of morons. But anyway.
Yeah, I thought that looked interesting. I'm like, oh, that's it? Just a quick video.
His car was smoking, man. It was done. Talking to sports, South Africa is playing New Zealand at rugby today. Should be a good match. Thank you, Aisha, for that update. And Speedy, do you have any additional wrestling news that you would like to get to?
Yeah, very quickly. I'm sure that Big Dog knows about this, or maybe not, but most everybody does.
Orioles are the picks for a wild card.
Chris Dickerson has just filed lawsuits with two of his ex-girlfriends for defamation, which accuse him of abusive behavior. According to court documents in the Court District of New Jersey, Dickerson, real name Christopher Torrey, is suing Christina Codori, who also goes by Christina Von Airy, and Michaela Coulter for blatant acts of defamation against him. They both accused him of abusive behavior during their respective relationships with him. In response, he is denying their claims and says that the allegations have cost him income and bookings as a wrestler. He claims that he's not only lost up to $50,000 a month in work, but he hasn't been able to work or perform in any matches in nearly 3 months. Tori cited his relationship with New Japan Pro and GCW as factors, noting that both companies have stopped booking him since these allegations began. In addition, many companies have pulled matches featuring him from their content libraries. Tori is seeking a jury trial and remedies that include a judgment on the claim set above, an award of compensation for damages according to proof at trial, because it includes punctive and monetary damages were authorized in joining defendants and those in conductive actions with defendants for discriminating or publishing any further defamatory statements concerning Mr. Tory. And, other complaints involved were he wants a prejudgment and post-judgment wherever state laws apply, an award for reasonable attorney fees, costs, and reimbursements, and further such in relief court documents. He has not worked a match since June, appearing for Italy's Squash a Jobber wrestling event. Prior to that, Dickens' last match was the New Japan Pro, was at the company's Strong Tapings in Philadelphia in May. His last GCW appearance was in Detroit on April 23rd. He was then scheduled for GCW's Into Deep event on April 30th, but was told immediately, so he has served as a distraction to his peers. Both Christina and what's that?
Okay, what wrestler is this again?
Chris Dickerson.
I'm not familiar with him.
You're not?
What's his major GCW or what?
Yeah.
No offense to him, but I don't think GCW is paying out $600,000 a year to him.
Well, that's why he was jumping.
Go ahead.
That's why he's been jumping around to different promotions, because they don't pay well or whatever their thing is.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, but he says he's missing out on bookings of $50,000 a month. That's $600,000 a year. I don't see him making that on an indie circuit. He's not one of the big names on the indie circuit. At least I had never heard of him. I don't. Maybe I'm not as connected as I used to be, but Fatu, the Samoan werewolf, I could see him earning $600,000. He's known across the board. This guy I haven't really heard of, and you say his last match was in June?
Yeah.
So he's only been out of work for a month and a half at most. I mean, he can't be hurting that bad.
Is this related to abuse allegations in April of this year?
Yes, because I've been following along closely with Christina Von Eerie on her Facebook, because I had seen her at the November 2019 show, but after the show she was like distant off by herself, and something was like, why don't you go see how she's doing? And I never did, because I was like, I got the feeling, well, maybe she wants to be left alone. But then she started posting everything about this on Facebook, and I'm like, oh, because I thought, my thinking was, well, her body just looks like that because of the match that she was in for these other promotions over the time we haven't seen her up here in the Bay Area. But no, these were from him. And then she went on to say that, well, he kept harassing her through text messaging. I'm going to your parents' house if you're not there, and you better come home, and blah, blah, blah. But then, they would get back together, and he would just do all these things, and then he would take off, and then he met with this other girl that's also seeing him. So they're now apparently going to settle this in New Jersey court down the line.
Folks, as a comment, is there East and West Coast wrestling? Because I noticed that in a lot of his history, it's referred to Jersey, and he's also even been in Japan as late as 2021. But is there an East and West Coast wrestling?
I mean, there is, but it's not like territorial like it used to be. Now it's just indie wrestling, where the wrestler goes everywhere. But a lot of wrestlers, like say they live in the Midwest, so they stay with the Midwest indies because it's easier to travel because they have to pay for their own travel. So some of the bigger names, like Fatu, the guy that we met, Roger, the Samoan guy, he's known everywhere, so he travels everywhere. And probably gets maybe, since he's a big name, he may get partially compensated for his travel, or they may even pay for his travel. But other guys, that are just trying to survive, they have to book their own travel, book their own flights, book their hotels, book their own cars. All that stuff gets paid by them. And then, they hope they earn enough to have covered that, said trip.
And then also with their own T-shirt sales, that's why people are like, why are you guys charging $40 for a shirt? No, that's for they themselves. One of my friends got upset when Brian Pillman Jr. came up here. He's like, oh, well, I'm not going to this promotion anymore. I said, why? Because Brian Pillman told me his shirts are $40 each. That's almost half my paycheck. And I'm like, well, it's not them, it's him.
That's a lot. Yeah, most of those indie guys, they only charge like $20. 25 most.
That does seem like a lot.
$40, and I don't even think they charge $40 for WWE and AEW shirts. I think those are $35. And to me, that's a lot.
Yeah, well, it's funny you mentioned AEW because, now everyone else is now actually talking about this because people didn't really know for sure what was going to happen. But now they're saying that apparently, and this is just apparently, what some are saying, Big Dog, is that Tony Khan is now trying to become what Vince McMahon was. Hey!
A genetic jackhammer?
Go to the next commercial. Promote this, promote that. You stupid idiot. No, you said it wrong. I'm like, I don't think Tony Khan would be the yelling type to just go off on the commentators. And they're like,
yeah,
well,
that sounds like some sour grapes that they're trying, that probably Tony Khan either didn't hire or let go from the team. And I don't think he's let anybody go lately. So probably someone that wanted to come on in AEW was just like, nah, we're fine where we are. Yeah, I don't see Tony Khan do any of that kind of stuff. And why would he? It's not like the ratings are going bad, storylines are going bad, matches are going bad. Everything is running perfectly in AEW right now. It's a perfect storm. They are already recognized as the number 2 wrestling company in America. So, they surpassed, they jumped over, a couple of companies that have been around for a bit, really quick. So, yeah, that doesn't sound about right. That doesn't sound right at all.
sounds like someone's just a crybaby over there. And I mean, one person this week, a.k.a. Jim Cornette, even said it perfectly. So if you're going to do that, stop being a baby. If you have never been yelled at in your life, we've all been yelled at by our parents, but, like I said earlier myself, these new generation people, oh my God, Almighty yelled at me. I'm leaving.
I'm sorry.
Or like when Scorekeeper, we know when he yells, they're like, hey, Get out of the way. Move it.
Get off my yard.
Yeah. Well, I don't. We've never heard Big Dog yell at anybody, right?
Oh, good God! I
No,
have.
I have. Yeah, I have.
Generally,
Um,
I have.
And I'm surprised you didn't bring it up, Speedy, because I know we're going to have you for about 5 more minutes. More money has been found by WWE upper management and reported it to the SEC. So they needed to push back their findings or reports for the last quarter once again, because it was uncovered that Vince once again paid 2 more women off for a total of $5 million
$5 million.
in total. And now the total amount of payments that he's paid off to different women is up to $19.6 million in, of course, differing amounts.
Okay, and
But,
folks, you know what
yes,
that
sir.
means? The shareholders and the board didn't get their money, and they're getting tired of all these payouts, and that's why they've gotten rid of them. That's what it comes down
They're
to.
uncovering all the payouts.
Yep.
So as I said, they found 2 more. This was reported on August 9th. All right, Aisha, bye. Hope
Have fun.
your mom's doing well. And please say hi to her. And of course, high five the Queen.
Thank you, Aisha. Thank you for spending your Saturday with us. So it's good. Your Saturday afternoon with us, because now you're going to spend it with your mom in the evening. Thanks, Aisha.
Thank you, Aisha. Take care. But yeah, this whole thing where more money is now being found, and people are still like, Vincent's pulling the strings. He's still there, and like, no,
Oh,
no,
no, he's not.
no. Because if you watch Raw, you watch NXT, and going off. I thought Braun Baker, getting his crazy flips in, and then last night on SmackDown, it's like, wait, what? Karrion Kross and Scarlett are back. I've been saying for the last few weeks, you watch. Once everything with Vincent settled, well, now that we know, thanks to Big Dog mentioning it, more money was found with Vince. He's not at house shows. He's not there. You can clearly see it with the way things are being run now under the new regime. I mean, Corbin and Drew McIntyre are in the ring last night, and Drew McIntyre's like, well, if I'm not here to kick your ass, then I'm here to kick someone else's ass. And maybe it's, and then stop because music played, and out comes the members of Hit Row. Well, not all of them. I'm like, well, Hit Row's back, so this is good. Karrion Kross. And the funny thing about Karrion Kross is when he appeared on Raw this past week, the real police department didn't know that he was actually on the show. They're like, well, he's not supposed to be here. Because AJ's in the ring, and he was ready for it. He was going like this, because they were supposed to do a spot where he jumped in and attacked him, and they were supposed to get to a point where more violence erupted with chairs, but he never got to that. They escorted him out, and Raw is still on the air, and AJ's just in the ring going, come on. But they didn't let him through. So, and now Triple H is like, I need to get word out to the other guys and even security what our actual storylines are going on now, because it's under my direction now. So stop thinking that Vincent's there. He's not there. You can clearly tell. I mean, the lighting looks better for all 3 brands. And pretty soon, it might be maybe 2 or 3 weeks, we could see mine and Big Dog's favorite black and gold ropes again at NXT pretty soon.
Yeah, you can see the subtle changes being done. I'm not real big on Hit Row. I watched their match, and to me, they're the poor man's version of Swerve in Our Glory, which is Swerve Strickland and
Keith Lee.
what's Keith Lee. They're the poor man's version of it. It's like Swerve and Keith Lee are whatever product or whatever you want to call it, and Hit Row is when you order from Wish. It's the same type of thing. You got the one big guy that's doing all the power moves, and then you got the other guy that's trying to fly around and do everything, but they're not quite up to Keith Lee and Swerve. I mean, they seeing how popular Swerve and Keith Lee are in AEW right now. They should have changed it up a bit. Instead of coming in, that they've been doing so well. But yeah, Vince. Yeah, Vince is gone. I wonder how he feels, and see if I can get Almighty and Scorekeeper to comment on this. When they do the video montage at the beginning of the show, where it says, the past, the present, the future, and in the past they show his dad, his dad's picture. When they do the present, they do the video montage, no Vince. And when they show the future, it's pictures of, they do have Stephanie and they do have Triple H. So I wonder how Vince feels about that. What do you think, Scorekeeper? You've spent decades, literally decades, building this company to a multi-billion-dollar juggernaut that it is, and you unceremoniously get kicked off, and you're nowhere to be seen in any type of montage whatsoever.
It's difficult. I could imagine being in charge of what I'm doing here, and being removed. Oh, I'm a vindictive SOB. I'll stay quiet, let them be stupid for a little bit, let them act the part, and then, comment on my own smartly, which I never do that. I'm not very smart. But I would eventually start, when they start going down the tube, be right there and ready to pounce. Because that's how immature and vindictive I am. It's horrible.
Don't forget, you're not in charge or having any say so, but you still have all your shares. So you're still earning money from them. I mean, they didn't take any of that away. They just took its power away.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Which we kind of surmise that may not be 100% true. But having the title removed, I mean, folks, think about what we do here. Even to a lesser extent, we enjoy being on here. We enjoy being able to have these conversations. And losing the ability to no longer be a part of it, it would suck. It really would. Yeah. I'm not. I'm sorry, what?
Double D.
Good morning, Double D. Speedy will be in town the week of August 27th, Double D. So we are hoping you will join us in the studio. I've already reached out to Gridiron Girl as well, and I'm hoping that Gridiron Girl will be able to make it as well. She's already been in for 2 programs. I'll give her that. Actually, a total of 3, because she called into the radio program once. But she's been here for 2 live ones, and Double D has been here for 2 live ones as well. So maybe we can have her show up. August 27th. That's the Saturday. Go ahead, Big Dog.
I may or may not be available for that. I just found out it is Mason's 2nd birthday. Melissa and Miles will be having the party either that Saturday or Sunday, since his birthday is actually on the 22nd, I believe, or no, 25th. Yeah, the 25th is his birthday, which is a Thursday. So she's not sure whether she's having the party on Saturday or Sunday. But whatever day that birthday party is, I am not going to be available to you gentlemen, unfortunately.
So, in addition to that, yes, Double D, you have been there more off as Gridiron Girl. I can't count the times you girls are in the running, and that's kind of cool. So it'd be kind of seriously, Double D. We would love to have you in. Speedy will be joining us.
I like to see when Darla runs. He said she's in the running. I said, yeah, I like to see her when she runs.
How many times do you watch the opening of
There we go.
Thank you, Almighty. Thank you.
Yeah. And
how
thank
many
you.
times do you watch Pamela Anderson run along the beach there?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, but Pamela was fake, though.
Yeah, Pamela was fake.
I had this conversation with someone yesterday in a restaurant. Oh, with
Or
Solomon
did you watch Hasselhoff?
And I went and said, who cares if it's fake? Who gives a rat's ass? So anyway,
I do.
Double D, no insult intended whatsoever. No implication either. Coffee is watching us. Coffee, wake up, you dumbass. Double D's here. Oh
Well,
my God.
Coffee's here.
Double D. Yeah, Double D, you have no idea as to how many times Coffee has berated us on having you return. How Big Dog, he's mentioned it numerous times. Oh my goodness. So ladies and gentlemen, we're now
If he returns, then he returns. If not, then
he's watching us.
Yeah, I know he
can
will.
tell.
Yeah.
He's on our Twitch page right now.
But I won't be. I'll see you guys next week.
Thank you,
All right,
Speedy.
man. Take care.
Speak to you next
Have
week.
a
Oh,
safe
wait a minute.
week.
Are we actually going to? Oh, no. It's the week after that he'll be down.
Week
So,
after, yes.
That's cool. All right, man. We'll see you on the other side. Thanks, Speedy.
Take care.
All right, folks. We're entering the third hour. Well, we're in the third hour here on Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday Morning Quarterbacks on Saturday here on the NDB Media Network. Quick reminder that at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time, Ever New will be on. As you know, they're on twice a week. And I'm sorry, they're on every 2 weeks. And this is their Saturday. Chris will have co-host Mark B. Lee on. And should be a treat. You guys should check it out. So we'll see.
You sure you're not lethal migraine there, Scorekeeper?
No, I'm not. That's Coffee right there. That's Coffee. She
Well,
needs to be on every week.
I'm just going by the last sentence. That's all.
We're both AB positive brothers. That's pretty clear. She needs to be on every week just to put a smile on my face because in the end, it's all about me. Yes, Coffee, it definitely is all about you. So if Double D were available, so to speak, Coffee would move down. He would. He would move to meet her. Oh, hell yeah. You said it already.
I can't see him as a SoCal guy.
I don't either, but if Double D said she was interested, oh, yeah.
I think he'd visit.
Okay, well, we won't get into any more of that. Folks, in the Little League World Series, I want to give a shout-out to our local girls right here. They made it a run, but the run finally ended. In the Little League World Series, the All-Star team from Laverne was eliminated from the Little League Softball World Series Friday with a 6-1 weather-delayed loss to its counterpart from the Pitt County Girls Softball Little League in a rematch of openers for both teams. Pitt County had 5 consecutive batters reach base with 2 outs in the top of the third inning, scoring 4 runs. All the runs were unearned because of a 2-out, 2-base error by Ava Fisher, the Laverne third baseman, on a ground ball hit by Ava Coward. That's the last
What?
name.
Ava's a coward? What?
Ava Coward. Ava Fisher booted an Ava Coward that allowed Harper Bradley, who singled, to score the first run. And from there, it was pretty much over. And they went on to lose 6-1. What an awesome run of for the Little League team from Laverne. They really were right around the corner. So
From where?
The city of Laverne.
Oh, what about Shirley?
Actually,
talk to
I
each other,
think
remember?
I think that was last year.
Was it?
Coffee, you would be the 4th occupant of this garage. You'd be more than welcome. So he already has a spot, I guess. So he would move Double D, he's getting serious. He's getting serious. So there it is. I know. Of course he would. So I kind of figured. But anyway, 6 teams in the original field of 12 will remain in contention for the championship at the conclusion of Friday's play, which was yesterday, and the tournament is set to conclude on Monday. But once again, congratulations to the young women from the Little League softball of Laverne. Congratulations to them.
How are the boys doing?
I'm sorry, Big Dog?
How is the boys side doing? Do we have a lot of American teams in it, or do you not know?
I do not know at the moment. I'm going to have to look it up right now.
No problem.
But we'll go ahead and continue. Big Dog, what's the next story that you would like to get to right now?
That's been about it. I mean, we talked about Tatis, and we talked about Bill Russell and Cupcake. So Durant.
Well, I know there's some other stories that we have in the messenger. If you could take a look in there while I can look up the Little League World Series stuff. Coffee has always been absolutely awesome on posting articles throughout the week. Or it might have been a thin week, but I do want to very quickly mention that prior to the beginning of the season, James White retires. What was that, Big Dog?
I was gonna say there's nothing in the in Messenger. Or did you mean email? Because I know the last time you commented in Messengers when you called us all assholes.
No, that wasn't the last thing. There's more in there.
No, not in Sports Talk with the Guys.
There was your response, and then Richard still posted some more stuff. I'm sorry, Big Dog. There is more after I called you all assholes.
Who
I
posted more?
see Almighty, and then right after Almighty is your StreamYard link. Then that's it.
What are you guys discussing now?
I don't know, Almighty. As I said, Almighty always posts articles. You know, Big Dog, I'm sorry you don't have it. It's right here.
I see a ton of articles that he posted before.
I said in the messenger throughout the week, Almighty posts articles. That's all I said.
Yeah, that's right. That's all.
I'm
That's
sorry
what I
you
do.
misunderstood it, Big Dog. I apologize.
Okay.
You know, it was very simple.
Unclench those cheeks. It's
No,
okay.
they're not clenched. They're too old. I can't hold it in anymore.
It seemed like it. Jeez. Mr. Get Off My Yard? Holy moly.
Get off my yard.
No. So anyway, a Big Dog did have a response to the assholes line, so he made it very clear that we're all assholes, which was pretty convenient.
Yeah.
It's
a
absolutely right
fact.
on. I'm sorry?
I said it's a scientific fact.
I said absolutely right on. So, quick update. Gold Rodrigo in the 46th minute. Leeds United 1. Southampton is 0 at this point. So, one of the last items that was about James White, I guess he's done. I believe he has 8 seasons in the NFL, and it's pretty much it. James White retires. The Patriots dual threat running back, Super Bowl hero, stepping away from the NFL after 8 seasons. And he made the announcement. I'm sorry?
No, I'm sorry. Thinking out loud, because we said 8 years. I was going to check to see the longevity of an NFL player. If it's increased from its, 2.7 years or something like that on average.
Right, you're right.
We've talked about that. It does change. If you could find that right now, Big Dog, that would be pretty good. Because
He's in the ballpark. He's in the ballpark.
Oh, hell yeah. The NFL surprisingly has one of the shorter. Well, no, not.
We've got to take into account, all the players that play like Tom Brady. More don't make it, especially linemen. I mean,
can you imagine how Tom Brady skews the numbers?
Yeah, but you got to understand anyone that plays as long as some of these players are not the normal. They're the Peter natural.
Oh, he actually blew you on that one, Big Dog. The Peter natural. Anyway.
I did what to him?
The Peter natural. It's all right. You gave him a good one right now. White had been dealing with a serious hip injury and caused him to miss 14 games last year, but the team clearly seemed hopeful that he would be able to return in 2022. As a matter of fact, the Patriots were so confident that he would be able to make his way back to the field, they gave him a 2-year deal in March. Despite the hip injury heading into 2022, White hoped he could play this year, But as recently as July, he realized it's not going to be possible. So he was having trouble, and it's pretty much done. It kind of sucks that he did it, but then again, he did it at least before the first game. Doesn't matter if it was 1 minute before or if it was 2 days before. It's done, and at least they're going to have a chance.
Did that article say what? Did he retire because of injury?
Yes, it was a hip injury. That
Okay,
it was
I
just
did.
not
Okay,
going
I did read that. So I guess he tried to carry on he tried to make a go of it, and he decided, well,
Yeah.
so he said, I better get out before I get hit and really screw it up. So
Yeah,
all right.
I think he says that
I
even
did
as of
read
July.
it. I did read the article, and then you said the hip. I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember. I read it like earlier in the week. But I'm sure Belichick will get over it, and Asher will make the proper adjustments.
And the big dog will probably see a new running back. When he goes
Perhaps.
to the game. Perhaps.
Perhaps.
White did comment that early as last month he was still walking uncomfortably. Can you imagine that, guys?
I could see that, yeah.
Yeah, if he's still, just walking, that's a bummer.
And the average length is 3.3 years.
Really? It's gone up.
That's up from
Yeah,
the
yeah.
last numbers that we've been talking about.
Yeah, I
last
remember
I
it
heard,
being 2.7. I
the
don't know why
last
that
I
number
heard was
sticks in my
2.5.
mind. Okay, so it's gone up considerably then.
But that was a long time ago, too.
I think it has. And we have another update, folks. Thank you for. Oh, actually, we have several updates, and I apologize. Arsenal in the 53rd minute is up 2-1 over Leicester, and 2-1. Sorry. And now at the 55th minute, they scored again. So Arsenal is up 3-1 over Leicester City. So, very good. Almighty.
Yeah.
Story you want to get to?
Okay. All right. So, real quick, but not real quick. It's going to take a little bit. Paul Brown Stadium, where the Cincinnati Bengals play, has changed its name. It will now be known as Payco Stadium.
Oh, okay.
And so, according to Mike Brown, who was Paul Brown's son, he claims his father would be all for it, for making the extra cash. Now, remember, Paul Brown is a famous NFL coach who made some innovations back in the 50s. And as you know, he invented the playbook, he invented scouting, he invented the face mask, among other things. He coached the Browns to several championships in the 50s. But anyhow, it's Payco. Payco, they lead in leadership. I brought it up. I got their website here, and it sounds like they don't do much of anything. God, where did I put that? Anyway, where did I put it? I know I brought it up. Oh, yeah. Payco empowers leaders to build winning teams. So I guess the Bengals think they might help them finally win the Super Bowl. I don't know. But that's what it says. That's the first thing it says on their website. And it shows people serving coffee. So I guess I don't know how that translates to football. But I'll post their but anyway, that's the name. That's what they're going to go with now. As you remember, the Steelers changed their stadium name. It's no longer Heinz Field. It's that other I can't remember what it is. But they just changed their name too.
Yeah, they're an insurance company or something like that, right?
Yes.
Ooh, yeah, the assurance or something like that. We
talked about that.
Was it ASS? URE, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
But I'm not quite sure. But I'm not sure. But anyhow, and on an added note,
Oh, is that a bonus?
where are you? Where'd you go, Roger?
Sorry, my shoelace came
Look at
undone.
your balls. Now, what I'm going to tell you.
Oh, I can't reach down there. As much as God has given me the ability to move, he cheated me on that one.
Okay. However, there may be a cog in Asio. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it sounds good. I like it, but the city council in Cincinnati says, "Whoa, hold on a second, bitches," because they claim that the name change needs to be negotiated with the city so the taxpayers can get their cut of the
Of course.
$16.7 million a year that the Bengals will bring in. So right now, it seems like they may hold up this naming thing. I've never heard of a city council ever getting involved in something like that before. This is the first time I've heard of anything like that. Plus, the naming rights go further than the lease that the Bengals have with the city, which runs out in 26. And I think this is like a 13 or 16-year deal. So they're all up in arms wanting their piece of the pie. I don't know. I mean, they say taxpayers. I don't know if they're going to split it with the taxpayers. I doubt it. They might. I don't know if they're going to put it in their pockets or whatever.
They're going to put it in the general fund.
Yeah, which is their wallet.
Yeah,
so,
which is their wallet.
But anyway, I think that happened. That happened this week, and then like a few days later, that's when City Council was at an uproar about it. So I don't know. I'm sure that everything will be worked out. Because they're holding up the permits too for the signage change.
Okay, it's very simple, Almighty. It either the language exists in the contract or it does not. That's really it.
Well, there is language, but they're claiming that the rights are longer than the lease, and they're still in up arms. And plus, they're holding up the permits for the signage because
this instead of a player holding up the team for a renegotiation, maybe the city is gonna play that. That'd be interesting. It's like
they won't. They can't get the signage because you get permits for that, and guess who can hold that up? And
but they could eventually. They can sue this. Yeah, look. The better thing is just pay off the city council, and one of the most obvious payoffs ever. If it's not in the language that the team ignored.
Well, real quick here, it says like one Hamilton County commissioner says she wants the stadium lease agreement rewritten to guarantee taxpayers benefit from the new name.
Oh, so did they F up and not put it in the agreement?
I think there is language, but gosh, I'm trying to, it's the commissioner Alicia Reese takes issue with one facet of the deal, the county's cut. At least that's honest.
Yeah.
Blah, blah,
and
blah.
And while you look that up, Almighty, remember. Go ahead.
Okay, they want their applications for the signage to be denied. Reese said the announcement Tuesday she's supportive of the deal, but voiced concerns that Hamilton County taxpayers won't benefit. Like the Bengals tenant agreement expires in 2026, and under this old agreement, the taxpayers who fund the stadium will receive no revenue from this naming rights agreement towards the county debt and leaves taxpayers on the hook, she said in a prepared statement. Since this proposal naming rights agreement would go years beyond the current contract, I would like to see a new deal that would get us to a revenue share model where both the taxpayers of Hamilton County and the Bengals, as well as Paycor, the leader makers, and the other naming rights companies all win. Okay, I don't understand. Let's see. The Bengals are entitled to 16.
Or attorney, I was going to say.
Yep, the Bengals are entitled to $16.67 million of the deal's new revenue. All net revenues over that amount are split 70-30 among the team and the county. So it seems like they already have an arrangement.
Yeah, they may already have an arrangement. Now, folks, you guys don't remember, but Big Dog and I endured it when Artie Moreno wanted to change. Remember how that came down, Big Dog? They had ironclad language on this stuff already, naming rights, changing names, whatever. And the Angels had ironclad language. So they thought, and so did we thunk, any name that the Angels had to have the name Anaheim in it. And that's where we have the longest running joke here on Sports Talk with the guys. They are the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. That's the correct name, right, Big Dog?
Yes. Yes, that is the correct name.
Well,
So
anyway,
it
the
was
commission.
in there.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that was my last thought. Go ahead, sir.
I'm just saying Hamilton County has their lawyers looking over the contract right now. I guess they want to make sure they get paid. And so this all has to be figured out before they get any permits to change the signage. And I would imagine that if the Bengals have signed a lease, I'd imagine that it's supposed to start this year. So the Bengals would have to be in a hurry to get this deal done, to get the signage up, because they've only got 4 weeks to get this done, to get stuff done, or maybe it takes place. I don't know. That's awful quick, though. I think that would. Can you make signage that fast? I have no clue.
You know why? Because they already have it. They already have it.
But they still need. I'm just saying. Anyway, I've never seen this before where someone stepped in like that. So, I mean, it's pretty interesting. Anyway, that's the news with the Bengals. So they've been known as Paul Brown Stadium, almost forever. So this is another iconic name going by the way of greed.
Yeah.
Now, do you see this as maybe an indicator, since they're saying that the lease is up soon with the Bengals? Do they have maybe in the back of their mind a feeling that the Bengals may leave that stadium? And
I think they want to make sure that they get. I don't know. I mean, I know it runs out in 2026, and I don't think the Bengals are going to go anywhere.
Now, where are they going to go? Seriously.
I mean, who would, right? I just think they want to make sure they get their cut. And I don't know why they're throwing taxpayers in there. That's like, okay, this has nothing to do with taxpayers unless you're going to use the funds to, like Roger says, general fund, where they can do construction work and pay for their dinners and hookers. But remember, don't write a check.
That has nothing to do with my trip this weekend. Nothing.
And remember, if you get a hooker in Cincinnati and go over to Kentucky, don't write a check. That's why Springer did not become governor of Ohio. So, it's always so. Just take a cue from Springer. And why would you write it? He wrote a check anyway. The first full-time London team. I think they'd probably get a brand new team.
So who's going to go to Germany? Is that the Jags?
No, the Jags.
You generally want to send losing teams overseas, but anyway.
Well, then that would be anybody. I don't know who that would be.
That would be the Raiders.
The Dolphins.
The Dolphins, yeah.
Who's going to Mexico City?
The Dolphins. Well, it couldn't be the Dolphins over in Germany. They'd have to change the name to Gestapo or something like that. But
the Kriegsmarine.
Or the
Berliner Kriegsmarine.
I mean, maybe they'd be known as the Goose Steps, and I don't.
Oh.
They could go to Germany. Well, the Vikings would go to Norway.
There you go.
What was that?
I was going to say, I didn't know the goose step is illegal to do in Germany. And if you try and do that, they throw you in jail. And the reason why I know that, the reason why I know that is because
you did it.
JBL, John Bradshaw Layfield, a wrestler, about maybe 10 years ago, when he was still wrestling, they did a tour in Germany, and of course him being the bad guy, of course he played to the crowd, and either during the match or right after the match, he did the Heil Hitler and the
Oh.
goose step
Oh my God!
and the goose step.
So he got
And-
double whammy.
And the second that he got out of the ring, the police were already there,
Really?
taking him away. And Vince, I guess, had a song and dance his JBL out of jail because they were going to throw him in jail, and they said it's like a 5 or 7 year jail term.
Yeah, you know, folks, anything Holocaust deniers, that's the number one thing in Germany. If you deny the Holocaust, that's almost instant prison time. And I know that you can't do the Sieg Heil. I didn't know the goose step. That one got me because, you know, being Scorekeeper, being as stupid as maybe that guy was, being a villain, I could see that. I'm sorry.
And he said it too. He said, I would never have done it in any other country. He goes, but I was in Germany and I'm the bad guy. He's also, you do something the bad guy does. And he goes all, and the funny thing is JBL is actually very intelligent. He was on CNN or one of those channels giving financial advice because his wife actually works for the Treasury Department, and he's a financial guru type of guy where he knows his stuff. And he was saying, you know, I was just playing to the crowd, and someone gave him the best advice. When you travel to another country, learn what you can and cannot do. Especially if you're supposed to be a villain.
He's a travel guy. He's actually kind of funny. He's down to earth. Walter's World. Check him out. He has the do's and don'ts, and he's been to almost every European, South America.
I know in a lot of Asian countries, I can't remember if it was Japan or China, where there's certain gestures that we make that you make to them is like, you know, very insulting.
Just very quickly, even the touch on the back that we would consider a familial or a congratulatory.
Yeah, you don't do
that's
that.
anathema over there. That's like you die by samurai sword.
Same thing with the wink. I know you're not supposed to wink at all, especially to a woman.
You know, that's interesting. You know, Big Dog, I don't know if you and I were talking about that, but I actually spent some time looking it up. Which
is that
it's not wrong. No. It's just I looked it up, Big Dog, and I guess you and I were talking about that. But Japanese women wink all the time in all of their videos, in anime and movies. So like, well, wait a minute. No means no. You know, if the women are doing it, why is it illegal for the men to do it? So Big Dog, I had a follow-up to that conversation. If it was you, and I think you and I were talking about that.
Yeah, I was. I think it was.
And I don't know if it's true or not, but in all Japanese culture, that's what Japanese women do. So that would be one of the ironic things. You know, no means no. If you can't, they can't. But let me see. In any video game showing Nazis are banned in Germany. Bethesda's game series Wolfenstein, for example, is banned. The Wolfenstein series is basically what if the Nazis won World War II. Yes. Thank you, Coffee, for that. It follows. But, yeah, Big Dog, next time we go to a baseball game, we'll have to talk about that a little bit more because we spent some time on that. And, again, I didn't find anywhere that it was illegal, but I just thought it was funny that all Japanese women in media, print, anime.
Okay, here we go. It says in
think
China.
About this: the Japanese women celebrate Penis Day.
That is
they
true.
march around with erect penises. So,
and on
I think
December
it's like a
24th,
Sunday in April that they do this. There's a name for it.
Spring. That's nice. You guys know that in Japan, especially in Tokyo, a big deal is they don't celebrate Christmas over there in the same manner that we do, but they actually do celebrate Christmas. On December 24th, that is KFC Day. I think you'd heard about that already, right? That it is culturally a big deal in Japan. That KFC Day, they go wild just right before Thanksgiving for it. Maybe it's the red and white colors. I don't know. Big Dog.
So,
what were you going to say?
It says here in China and reportedly to some extent in India, winking to anyone other than family or a friend who is a person wishes to have sex with may be seen as offensive or at least an impolite gesture.
Holy crap. So, okay. So in Japan, we'll ignore that. But in
Yeah.
China or India,
Yeah, to some extent in India. I can see India, definitely.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. Wow. Holy crap. Next time I go see my doctor, Usha Mantha, she's of Indian descent. Next time I go in with something to my eye, I better be careful. I better not weep. She's taller than I am. Holy crap. You'll kick my ass.
She's taller than you?
She is tall.
Wow.
Yeah, she is like 6'2".
Wow.
Yeah, she's a tall lady. Yeah, she's really nice too.
And make sure you don't go in there eating a meat sandwich either.
Yeah, her whole thing is if you lose a pound, she's happy.
Yep.
I'm like,
well, I posted an important link in the chat room.
I did. I apologize. I am so sorry. Kanamara Matsuri, why don't you tell us about that one?
Who, me?
Yeah,
it's the Festival of the Steel Penis.
It's a steel penis?
I think that's the translation, I believe. So
I was about to put it back in our chat room. What a dumbass.
But anyway, yeah, it's the Festival of the Steel Penis. And it's held each spring.
Big Dog, in honor of Big Dog.
Yep, in honor of Big Dog. The exact dates vary. The main festivals fall on the first Sunday in April. The phallus, as the central theme of the event, is reflected in illustrations, candy. Hey kids, you want some candy?
Oh!
It's a penis, carved vegetables, decorated, and a Makashi parade. I don't know what that means, but that's the Makashi. Yeah, the Makashi. Yeah, I'm very familiar with that. The shrine is part of.
Wasn't that an episode of Star Trek?
Yeah, it was.
Kobayashi?
Yeah.
The Kobayashi something?
Yeah. Spock's familiar with it.
Okay, I'll have to grant you that one, Big Dog.
That was a good one. I don't know why I didn't, or Roger.
Right,
I didn't even
both
think
of
about
us.
It. Yeah, both of us.
He beat us to that
both
one.
of us missed it. The festival started in 1969.
Oh, the year I was born. God bless America.
Year. Today, it has become something of a tourist attraction and is used to raise money for HIV research.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not playing.
So, anyway, that's the history of the Festival of the Steel Penis.
In honor of Big Dog. So I'm going to mark that one down.
So write that down,
Roger,
so we got to celebrate that next April. We will have our candy penises ready to go.
And you said it was on the first Sunday?
It's supposed to be, but it varies, it says. So I don't know. We'll have to find some Japanese.
Would it be so funny if we're ahead?
That's because what they're celebrating, varies also in size. So
Oh my God.
So they have to vary the days.
So next time you're in Pearl Harbor, ask a Japanese when it's going to happen in 2023.
So I'm putting Kanamara Matsuri.
Yep. And remember, Captain Kirk beat that.
But he cheated.
Yeah, he did cheat, but he still beat it.
Folks. Big Dog alluded to this earlier, and I'm going to go through what was said. And I really had no other response, and that's why I said what I did. Because it was very funny what both of these guys posted, and to just let it go, I was like, well, shit, I don't have a response, so assholes. That's why I said what I said.
But you also called Roz an asshole, too.
Yeah, Roz knows it was not directed at her. So here's the first one. This was where Almighty said that Mayfield will be the starter. And then Peter posted, what is the top Star Trek moment? # Star Trek. And Big Dog put, his favorite moment is when Darth Vader told Luke he was his father. Puts a bunch of emojis. Miss you, Roger, with the big heart. I hadn't seen it yet. And then Roz, Roz did comment. But hers
Yes,
was
it
not
is.
disrespectful. That was very good. That was in the Picard episode when he was against the Cardassian. There are 4 lights. When he was being tortured, the Cardassian was getting him to say, there aren't 4 lights, there are 5 lights. And that's when he yells back.
Which Kardashian was
Oh, any one of the sisters. The bigger
Okay.
one. What's her face? The one that dated
the basketball player?
Yeah,
It doesn't
that one.
help. They all did.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay, breaking
That was fair.
news.
Oh,
Breaking news.
all right.
Breaking news
Ladies
here.
and gentlemen, we have breaking news. Go!
New York Jets quarterback Zach Wilson is expected to miss 2 to 4 weeks with a
Did he sneeze too hard?
yeah
Messed up his back?
with a meniscus tear and a bone bruise.
Ooh,
Bone bruise. Oh, bruise. But anyway, he's going to get surgery, arthroscopic surgery. So,
Okay.
and this is according to Adam Scheffler.
Oh,
Of
then
ESPN
it's
fame.
solid. It's
Huh?
solid then. It's solid.
So-
It was from Schefter.
So it looks like he may either just miss the last 2 preseason games or the first couple games in the regular season.
Wait a minute.
Did it say
Or
whether
more.
did it say if it was his right knee or his left knee or was it his shoulder? Or?
I didn't say it didn't say, no, it's a knee.
Yeah, I
It
figured
didn't
was
say
knee,
which,
yeah.
it didn't say which knee. It just said he didn't get that much information, I guess.
I since it's happening now, if you said the Giants, right?
Jets.
Jets, New York. If I were the Jets, if it's the knee he plants his foot with, I would take an extra couple of weeks.
I'm trying.
Just
It
to be on the
doesn't.
safe side.
Okay, it doesn't. Gosh, doesn't even say where it is.
Yeah, when
He
you said
heard it.
meniscus,
He heard it.
figured
He heard
knee.
it in yesterday's game, but it doesn't say which knee. And it also, Scheffler did report it, but it's also coming from Brian Costello of the New York Post. So anything from the Post.
Yeah, I was like, usually Schefter's pretty good. So,
But Scheffler did come and he does have his name underneath. So
okay. Yeah, Schefter's
April
like
2nd.
Wojnarowski, so.
All right, coffee's on the balls.
That will be Sunday.
He's
We're
on the
on
balls.
air April 1st.
He's on the balls.
Yes,
So-
he is on the balls. Bournemouth own goal in the 79th minute. Manchester 4, Bournemouth 0. So they charitable cause
I
goal.
don't know, but that article did not say which knee there, big dog.
Okay,
Oh,
but I'm just saying though, if I were the Jets,
You'd quit football?
be smart. But if I were the Jets, if it's like I said, if it's the leg he plants his foot on, to make his throws, I'd give him an extra week or 2 just to be on the safe side to make sure that knee is 120%, not just 100.
Wait, forgive me a moment. Did they say tear in the meniscus?
It is
Yes.
surgery.
That's it. He's done for a while.
It all depends because it could be a partial tear.
Well,
I'm
trying
and
to get more. I'm trying to find more information on this.
And it's his meniscus, not his ACL or PCL or MCL.
Well, when they use words that are disgusting as such, it's like
or his ligament. So it's just the meniscus. So usually that heals pretty quickly.
Okay, his ACL is intact.
That's
There you
important.
go. Yeah.
So blah blah blah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand by as we work through this and use our medical experience to determine the
So
length of the injury.
tests show no injury to the ligament.
That's important.
Okay.
But he did suffer a bone bruise, and
That
that
sucks.
there are more tests being done to determine if he also injured his meniscus. But according to the article, it said that he did, and he's going to require surgery for that, which is probably why he's going to be out for 2 to 4 weeks. But
Yeah.
it seems like there was no
structural damage.
season-ending injury to the man. And I believe, like you say, Big Dog, they still have to be careful with it, no matter which,
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I don't know if he might wear a brace. I don't know. That we don't know that much yet, but it happened in yesterday's game, and details are just now breaking forth,
What you looking at,
are
Raj?
bursting through our genes.
ESPN.
You have a very quizzical
Well,
look on your face.
ESPN, and I got also info from Pro Talk
Yeah,
Football.
I don't know what they're playing, but the girls look cute. But there's two
How do we go
girls
from
and
Zach
two
Wilson
guys.
to cute girls?
Two
I
girls and
don't
two
know
guys.
what they're playing.
Is it intergender volleyball?
That's volleyball?
No, I don't know what you're watching.
It's on ESPN right now.
All I see is your wonderful face.
Oh, thank you for that, Big Dog. All it is there's two concentric rings, and in the middle there's this orange like net, and they're playing with the ball, which is about the size of their hand, and they're bouncing it off the middle ring, and everyone's trying to hit it. I don't understand. I've never seen this before, but the girls are cute.
Is that ESPN, ESPN 2, 3? What?
ESPN. Oh, wait.
Right,
No, wait. It may be ESPN too.
all right,
Sorry, Big Dog.
let me check. I'll go on my phone. And
If anyone knows what's going on, the girls are cute. I'm sorry. That's all I saw. And athletic. Wow.
Anyway, as we get over
We're not going to get over that.
Roger's sportsgasm.
Okay, ESPN
Oh, God,
for
yes.
me.
For what she just did, yes.
What are you watching?
Oh, okay. Let me see what that is.
I really don't know what that is.
God.
It is supposed to be the Little League World Series, so that must be on a rain delay or something.
Wait, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa. Oh. All right. You guys are
Thank you.
I was worried when you said Little League World Series and Roger's going
No. No, well, nowadays I can't tell, but they look pretty much legal. The guys are.
We better stop while we're not ahead.
It's a little trampoline, is what it is. That yellow thing.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Anyway, don't know what it is, but
it looks okay. So what it looks like they're doing, Almighty, they bounce the ball off the little trampoline. You know, it's like one of those little trampolines that you run on.
Mm-hmm.
So they're throwing the ball off of that, and it's the other team to not let the ball hit the ground. And it looks like they can only use their bodies. I don't see them using their hands.
Oh, they are.
Other than the initial guy.
Wait, whoa. What sport is this?
Again, I have no idea. It's on ESPN too.
Here, hold on. Let me see if I can. There we go.
What the fuck are they doing? Oh, they're on a field? What the fuck is
They
that?
got two concentric rings, and there's like a net in the middle, which is suspended, and they're bouncing the ball off of it. And as Big Dog so eloquently stated, it looks like they're trying to keep them from. Oh, here we go. Big Dog's getting that already.
Is that some way to become?
He's gonna. They're
Title
describing
11,
the game.
Title 9 compliant.
Probably.
Oh my gosh! Look at this. They're dancing. Oh my God! Look at this. They're dancing around. That's the most exciting sport. It's the new number one sport in America.
NASCAR's been replaced.
What the fuck? I mean, what? Oh, what is this?
Okay, I think it's being played everywhere allegedly.
So it's a call. Yeah, it's a college thing.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, but they have uniforms and everything now. That's interesting. Oh my, look at that. Oh, he got hurt. They can have injuries too.
Oh, they hit the wrong ball.
What a
shot. My, he hit the wrong ball. Well, that's kind of creepy. Him all getting up and she's still on her knees. Yeah, that's kind of creepy.
Well, she was going to massage it. She's a trainer.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday Morning Quarterbacks on Saturday. You just don't get anywhere else but here. This is what we
what
is it? Seriously, Big Dog wanted to know why I was distracted, and I was like, "Well, there are two cute girls in the event." That's all I was watching.
You don't know what?
Okay, here we go.
It doesn't say what it is.
No,
because it's paw. You know, we don't have it.
There we go.
What the? Wow. I don't know. Wow.
I 8-8.
And they even have sponsors. That's interesting.
Oh, what does that mean?
Is that the next Olympic events?
Oh God, probably.
I guess that was like a foul because he's going to do it again. Still 8-8. I'm way behind the Big Dog. I'm about 15 seconds behind.
See,
because he already has 9-8, I think.
Do they have paddles or just their hands?
this their hands.
Yeah.
So the object is to bounce it off, and the opponent has to bounce it back on it again, and it can't hit the ground. Once it hits the ground, then the point goes to the other team.
Yeah, but we don't know what it's called. That's all I mean, all I know is that we're trying to figure out what it's called.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
It looks like it might have started on TikTok.
Oh, probably.
God.
All I know is that it's Miramontes
okay.
and
The
Murphy
girls are actually Monets.
and Allen and Hammond. And Miramontes, Murphy won the first one.
We
15,
better
12.
start following. See, if we knew what that sport was, we can follow
And this
it
is
report on it.
this is the finals, by the way.
Oh well, we better
Finals
get.
game
We're way behind on this sport. You should have been the first to report on this. Maybe we are the first to report on it. I don't know. We are reporting on a sport that we don't know the name of.
Sports Talk with the
Tigers-
Guys. Home of the Monday Morning Quarterbacks on Saturday, ladies and
So-
gentlemen. We end our third hour. We're going to be going into our fourth hour in about 8 minutes. Just want to get that one
No,
in.
we are. No, we're not.
We're ending our third hour.
Anyway,
But thank
So,
you, Almighty. You
I
know
went-
everything.
I don't know anything. So I went to the Twitch TV,
Okay,
NDB Media, and I
Okay,
was
it's called-
surprised that it
it-
said that it was for mature audiences. I had to click
okay,
OK.
it's
Oh,
called, guys, it's called Spike Ball.
Okay.
Spike ball.
Because
Spike Ball, and they are
there it is. Yeah.
they're in Belgium right now.
Yeah,
They're
as
in
a matter of
Belgium.
fact, as you put that up, Coffee said round net. And yes, I guess it's the round net tournament, which was shown up on screen right now, but it is spike ball. Yeah.
Spike.
So I think both of you are correct on that. The
Wow.
tournament is round net, but it's called spike ball.
Okay, so
It looks like it's a college thing. Something you would
But
play
you
in the
said they're
dorm.
playing in Belgium, right?
Yeah.
So it's a Belgium thing.
Well,
I
it
think
also
we are-
said something about Utah 2022. So I don't know if it originated in Belgium and
Well, we're going to have to research that for next week.
Thank you, Almighty, because I'm not. Because I'm going to be
Yes,
out of
you
town.
are. You're in
Yeah, out of
charge of. You're in charge of spike ball.
Oh, I am?
all right,
And,
guys.
and when you report on it next week, you need to be wearing a spiked wig.
Here we go. This is how you play spike ball. It says a player starts a point by serving the ball down onto a spike ball net so it ricochets up at his opponents. The returning team has up to 3 hits between them, which is called a think bump, a set, and a spike, to return the ball back onto the net. The rally continues until the team cannot return the ball onto the net within their 3 touches. So it has essence of volleyball in it, since there's only 3 hits in volleyball. So, and you have to be able to return it to the net.
Wow.
So
The highest governing body is the International Round Net Federation.
Oh my gosh. Everything.
the IRF.
Oh God.
Not too bad. I flinched because he said IRF. I heard IRS. That was
Hey,
fun.
I hear they're hiring Roger.
Yes, and folks, let me put an end to all of that. There's a lot of people saying, "Oh, they're going to hire 87,000 auditors." No, it's not. There's so many different levels and stuff. It's like they're not
No,
going to
they're gonna
hire
hire-
87,000.
They're going to hire 87,000 people and
Yes, but
about 3 auditors.
everyone- Yeah,
And about
they're-
3 auditors.
And they have to be able to use lethal force.
Okay. That
Pay
was
up
funny.
or die.
That was
and the lethal force is that little red marker. Disallowed. 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 Disallowed.
Yeah.
Look at how he's flinching when I'm saying disallowed. I think I'm getting him sick.
So,
I mean, how do you answer that? I mean, shit. Oh! Oh, I like it.
Yeah,
I like it,
all
Coffee.
right.
I can't argue with that, math.
True story.
A true story, yeah.
All I'll say is that I hope that maybe at least 30% of those 87,000 hired will go to the phones and actually so they can actually answer the goddamn phones.
Well,
And
allegedly.
you won't have to wait for 6 hours.
Big Dog, this year,
Yes, sir.
the biggest thing was they're not even answering. They were talking about a 95% failure rate. There's just aren't enough people to call in. It was COVID, people. Everyone was at home. See, and a lot of people were mad because they were saying that, well, why aren't these people working? Well, for two reasons. Number one, you don't want your personal information to be on someone's personal or computer laptop while they're at home. That's one. Because, if you have a computer laptop with personal information, you say, oh, wow, it's secure and everything. No, it's not when you have a phone and you can take images and it's private information. But anyway, that's number one. And two, the computers are so damn old with the IRS that they can't take that shit home. They cannot. So we'll see.
Are their computers still taking up one room and have these big little spinny wheels? The big IBMs?
That is not too far from the truth. They're old XTs and ATs.
And the problem is when they try and get a new laptop, the way the government charges, laptops cost them, like $15,000 each for an i3.
Well, luckily they passed that bill.
Yeah. So meaning that they're coming after all of us. That's what it is. So it's all right. It's all right, folks. Anyway.
An auditor for each person.
Yeah. Look, 87,000 people is nothing when you consider the size of this nation and the task of the IRS. If they had 87,000 auditors.
We'll find out in the upcoming season if anything is worth the while.
No, we're already finding out now. That's why when Big Dog was saying what he was saying, I'm just like, do we have to talk about this shit now?
No, but
I couldn't make that face up. It was like,
I guess the good news is that sports teams will have to pay 15% in tax.
They're not going to be audited.
I know. There are going to be lots of loopholes for them to get a discount. So you better.
Almighty, I love both of you.
All I'll say, Almighty, is if we ever get the chance to all get together,
holy crap,
in one spot, we have to play poker because you and I will clean this man out with that poker face of his.
With whose? His?
Roger. He has no poker face whatsoever.
Okay.
Okay, all I want to say is you remember that.
I will.
But
as I'm collecting your chips, I will. No problem.
Yeah. Collecting your chips.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Just when it comes to money, we're all different. So it's all right. That's all. That you keep thinking that I have the poker face, that I don't have that I have whatever.
You don't have
my God, the Twins beat the Angels. God, son of a mother. Anyway, it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, Sports Talk with the guy. Don't know.
Twins.
Sports Talk with the guy. Yeah.
How can anybody beat anybody? It's only 11:30.
This is yesterday.
Yesterday's games.
Oh, yesterday.
Yeah,
okay.
Sorry, it's not. I don't
Everybody
think
beat the Angels.
Yeah. Oh, and news did come out in Major League Baseball that the Yankees actually, we knew they were in the running, but the Yankees' offer to the Angels for Shohei Ohtani was, what do you want?
And probably the answer was Aaron Judge. And they said, okay, never mind.
No, Aaron Judge was on the table, but what the Yankees basically said, here's a list. We'll go into our farm team, and all four of our number one draft.
I heard that. I read that.
They were on the table, and the talent that those four kids have, Yankees' future is bright if they come to pass. And
Artie, I know Artie made it a point to tell everyone here in Southern California, Shohei's not going anywhere. I don't
And
care
it happened.
what was being offered.
And folks, Shohei is still one more year in, so he's not leaving at the end of this year. A lot of people thought that this was his walk year. It's like, no, idiots, pay attention. He's still going to be around for a little bit. And it's not that I've gotten on the Shohei. Yes, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, the first part, yes. The last part, I don't think so. No, you're not on the show. I mean, you acknowledge Shohei for what he's been doing, but he's not the greatest thing since sliced
Or
bread.
the greatest of all time.
Yeah, that someone else has talked about. So.
Look, let him put a number up. There are a lot of guys that have put up better numbers than Shohei, and they disappeared. What Shohei does, clearly, and it takes, it doesn't take an idiot to realize he's a pitcher and he's a hitter. And it's just what he's doing is amazing. But there are a lot of flashes in the pan, man.
You fired up with daily fantasy.
Shut up.
But the fact that he was essentially healthy last year and essentially healthy this year is a good sign.
Hell yeah.
For having those injuries, the Angel fans and the Angels, I'm pretty sure, are hoping this is a Steph Curry type of thing, where Curry, if you guys remember, in his first few seasons, he had those fragile ankles and was in and out, and everybody was saying he's got the potential, but can he stay healthy? And of course, they were able to figure out how to keep him healthy, and now, he's been considered the greatest shooter of all time. Fans and management are hoping the same thing with Ohtani. Now that he's gotten essentially healthy, this is his second year in a row where he's putting up some really good numbers. And hopefully it's, just the start of something to look forward to every year.
Yeah. Folks, and I'm sorry, I'm not slamming Big Dog on this one, but I'm going back to the theme of Shohei, is the argument was made to me that Babe Ruth, who the only comparison you have is that Babe Ruth was nothing compared to Shohei. And the absolute opposite is true. Babe Ruth was a damn good pitcher before he became the monster hitter. See, what Boston did is this guy was so good at hitting, it didn't matter how good his pitching was. If they had to get him in every day. Folks, Babe Ruth, his ERA was pretty damn good. In 4 games, his first year was 391. In 32 games, it was 244. In 44 games, it was 1.75. These are numbers that Shohei has not even gotten close to. And then 201, 222, and 297 was probably his last full season with Boston, where he pitched in 17 games because he was starting so many in the outfield. And he still had a 2.97 ERA. When he went to New York, he actually sucked as a pitcher. He did pitch in games for the Yankees, like in emergency situations. But as a Boston pitcher, his career ERA in 2 years was a 2.28 ERA.
Jeez.
Yeah. He pitched in 163 games, 1,221 innings, gave up 974 hits, 309 earned runs. He walked. This was a weakness. He walked 441, and he struck out 488. So he was a control pitcher. Didn't have super overwhelming stuff, but his whip was still 1.159, still below 1.2.
I read somewhere that by year 7 or something like that of his career, or year 5 of his career, that he was already the all-time home run king, because not that many home runs were hit back then. So the fact that he was launching them
back in the beginning, around the turn was small ball.
It was like 16 home runs was the record, and he blew past that.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
Okay, look.
Because back then they played small ball, right, Raj? I mean, like they did bunts and they just do little hits. And, I mean, that's what Ty Cobb was good at. And then Yeah, there wasn't much competition once Drew started hitting home runs all the time.
And this is why, Coffee, I don't play that game. Okay? You may think that I was comparing him, but my whole thing is people are saying he's better than him. Okay, well, that's an automatic comparison. So my answer is look at the numbers. And then the apologists, and I'm accusing you of being one, Coffee, it may not, I may be misinterpreting your point here, but okay, yes. I mean the royal you. I mean the royal you. Okay, so yes, look, a lot of people are comparing them. And the reality is you cannot because it was two different eras. But they say, well, he hit 41 home runs and he's winning all these games. No. You want to play that effing game? Babe Ruth's numbers were superior, hands down. There's no question. What Shohei Ohtani is doing today is unreal. And that should end the argument right there. That should end it. Is he the greatest player of all time?
No.
Sorry.
They want to make him the GOAT?
Yeah. Some people do. In fact, some people close in Roger's circle do.
Sorry.
That's
not directed at any of you boys. No, it's just, oh, God. You know what, though, Big Dog? I will say this. Because I'm receiving or I'm on the end of those comments, I do lose weight. I think you know what that level of stress and stuff.
Yeah, you're right. You do lose weight. I've been noticing your fingers are a little thinner.
What the hell do you mean by that? But I still have a bigger hand than Donald. Actually, everyone has a bigger hand than Donald. Oh, but anyway, folks, it is what it is. It's just acknowledge them for what they're doing. But when you use this, what I call small ball insecurity, which is probably not a misnomer, but it's like I'm stuttering. Small ball insecurity is acknowledge them for what they are. You can't do the comparison. It's just you can't. And you never will. And to say, oh, what if they played in this era or that, play all you want.
You can't compare eras. They do that all the time with LeBron and Jordan versus Kareem versus Wilt versus, you can maybe do Wilt versus Russell because they played kind of in the same era. But when you start saying, Russell or Wilt Chamberlain and LeBron, and they talk about it, you can't because the game was completely different. Jordan,
because,
we all know
back then they called fouls and traveling.
Traveling. Big Dog and I laugh about that forever.
And of course, when Jordan defended you, it was a hands-on defense. Jordan could actually direct you, by the forearm or the hand check or which way you were going to go. I mean, now you can't even look at the guy, and they call you for holding. So there's no way to compare anything like that.
Yeah, the whole thing on traveling, though. It is funny when a player is called for traveling because...
Carrying over is the one that kills me.
Yes.
I
always missed that until Big Dog was making it clear, and I started to catch that now, and I was like, oh, my, you can't carry over.
Every single player does that. The only ones that get called is when they do it, and there's a momentary stutter in their dribble. There's a momentary break, and then they'll say, oh, carrying over. It's like if you watch them, you can see their hand going above the ball and then bringing it back down. That's carrying over. But anyways, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
You are so
my God! Coffee! Check that out! Oh my! The Charlie's Angels pitcher has more talent than Jordan. Oh, that's funny. That is funny.
I agree.
Coffee, I want to thank you, buddy, because not only have you become an excellent and, fun member of this team, I love how you take the time to make your place behind you look like it's sport authentic. This is a goddamn garage. There's no bones about it. You know, you make it look nice. And Big Dog, at the very least, his wall is Spartan, it is clean. It is awesome. Mine, I don't give a rat's ass. And yours? Dude,
Well,
there's flavor there.
That's because I'm in the living room. Otherwise, you guys have seen when I'm in my room and I have all that crap in the background.
Yeah, I've seen that. I thought you might. Either you cleaned out your room or you're in a different one because there used to have all kinds of nice crap back there. Sometimes you put some artwork back there, but I haven't seen that in a while. I don't think, but
I have. Well, it's funny that you say that.
Oh.
Good morning, Lewis. My brother, he gave us a like on our sports page. Lewis, head on over to the NDB Media page. Oh, wow, folks, there it is. Let's take a quick moment.
All my art pages. When I went to San Diego, there were some art pages that hadn't gotten signed by some of the artists. So I actually talked to the artists and asked them to sign for me. And they said yes, and they wouldn't even charge me for it. So I brought a bunch of my original art pages to them for them to sign.
Cool.
I'm sorry at the artists. You've had like 3 big name artists oh my God, that have passed away in the last 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh, yes.
Incredibly talented.
Yep.
Well, everybody's been dropping like flies over the last.
Double D says cool on those images. Yeah, they are. And I think we are going to have show and tell when the Big Dog is able to show up next time. But the funny thing about Big Dog, well, one of the funny things is when he was, I know, I apologize. When
one of the funny things about Big Dog.
I'm sorry, let me clarify. Every time Big Dog were to show up is whenever Summer of Death. Yeah, it's been horrible. Every time Big Dog would come over, he would have a new T-shirt, and I think he recycled one. It's like just once did he use the same damn one. So when we were doing the program on the radio, I would take a picture and post it on Facebook, and I don't think they were ever repeated. Which I do want to say, which was really cool. We went to, and Double D, you should join us when we go to a baseball game over in San Bernardino. They had a Marvel night, and Big Dog, I didn't tell him other than, hey, it's going to be Marvel night. Big Dog looked it up. He thought it was pretty cool. He went dressed for the uniform. He took his Spider-Man one, right?
Someone asked me to dress in a Marvel uniform, so I said yes, because that person all said, I'm going to dress too, but I don't have Marvel. I have Star Wars, so I'm going to come in that. And lo and behold, I'm in my Spider-Man jersey, and what does said person come up in? A Yankees jersey.
I got dirty looks, too.
He punked you.
You know what? I didn't have any.
I know.
My jersey's awesome.
Maybe you punked him. Maybe you punked him.
Do you know what was really cool, though? Is when we were exiting the stadium, it's a minor part. There's 2 levels. When you're up on the upper deck, you can cross over. Big Dog, as we were exiting, what happened? It was really cool, man. It was.
Some kids kept yelling at me, Spider-Man! Hey, Spider-Man!
And what was so funny is they weren't super young. I mean, they were preteen and maybe a little bit younger. I mean, they weren't little tiny toddlers, but they were Big Dog.
Yeah, because it's a jersey that I have. It's like a football style jersey.
Yes.
And it's got the Spider-Man logo, the usual logo on the front, and on the back, it says, I believe it says Spider-Man, and then 62 for the year it came out. And the fantasy came out.
Correct me on the colors, Big Dog, but it's a black and a red.
Yeah.
Right.
Which are the original Spider-Man covers.
Yeah, but I mean, is it predominantly black or is it predominantly red? The one that
predominantly black, and then with the red accents all around.
Yeah. It looks nice. It really does. And it was cool because it wasn't one kid. It was a whole bunch of kids yelling down at him. It was kind of neat.
Where did you get that? When did you get that jersey, Big Dog?
Oh,
that's just what I was going to say. That jersey has held up very well because I probably have had it for close to 20 years.
He's had it for a while.
Yeah. And it still fits because I've gotten bigger since then, and it still fits, luckily.
I was talking to my buddy about, dude, you have a Raiders jersey? And he's like, I'm gonna have to get another one. I was like, okay. I'm gonna get one when I'm over there. It's kind of cool. So I'm really excited. As a matter of fact, once this program ends, the other Peter in my life, he and I we're going to book a cruise for late September. So we're looking to do that, probably a 4-day cruise because I got to get out of here. So it's going to be just along the coast right here.
You gonna let us know who you're going? You gonna let us know who you're going with to the Raider Stadium or not?
That hasn't been confirmed just yet. Supposedly I have a second ticket, but I don't know yet.
Well, are you meeting someone there?
No. I'm not taking anyone from California with me. That's the thing. No. I'm not trying to be secret or anything. I wish I know who would have taken.
No, you said you're in an executive suite, and no offense, you're not an executive. I know you don't have the juice to get an executive suite. So I'm just wondering who you're going with or who you're meeting there. You know.
Oh.
I cannot discuss that.
Is it a certain retired person that likes to travel?
Oh, Terry's on? Oh shit! I didn't think about that. Oh shit! I love you, Terry. I'm sorry. All Big Dog has to do is just ask for like 3-4 names, and he's gonna embarrass the shit out of me right now because they're like, oh shit. Look, the first one he mentions that was a score. So, yes, Coffee. There are still expanded roster, but I think they only add like up to 3 players now in September. It's not like where they went from 25 to 40. Like they're at 28, they're going to go like to 31 or something like that. It's not the same.
All three will be pitchers.
So they may have 20 pitchers. They may finally get to 20 pitchers on the roster because that means they'll have 9 for the other 8 positions. I can see that. Very good, Big Dog. Very good.
So don't forget to post pictures or take pictures of the Palms, because I am very curious as to what it looks like now, since it just opened 2.5 months ago. After
someone
being
that I
closed for
know,
2 years.
yes, someone that I know out there actually works at the Palms, so I made contact with them.
And then also, I didn't know that San Manuel had taken over.
I didn't know that they had taken over that one, but I knew they had purchased something. But had you said the Palms, I would have said the Excalibur.
Yeah, no, yeah, I was surprised when I was reading it. I was like, oh. Because I guess it went from the Maloofs to the people that own the Palace stations, all the stations in Vegas. And then once COVID hit, they sold, I think late last year or mid last year to the San Manuel group of Indian nations is what I think what it's called or something like that. And they took over and they I guess finished up the renovations. Oh, you were there last week? Where'd you go? Where'd you stay? Were you the featured dancer of the night?
She'll answer right now. So, Double D, I don't know if you saw this a moment ago. You are part of the program. Double D said, I'm sorry. Coffee says Double D should move to Minnesota. Huge Hispanic population. And I am here, says Coffee.
She was at the Luxor.
Oh, I said Excalibur. Sorry.
You're close, right next door.
They are. They were, all 3 of them were owned. I think they still are, but now they're owned by someone else. Mm-hmm. It was Excalibur, Luxor, and then Mandalay Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Mandalay Bay is still
prominent.
Yeah.
And inside Mandalay Bay, I believe, is the Four Seasons, correct?
Coffee! She's going to look into it. She's going to look into moving to Minnesota.
Yeah, till she sees how cold it gets in the wintertime.
Oh, my God, you beat me to it.
She's going to say, F that. I don't think so.
Yeah, you know.
So.
From the Barrio. No, they don't like cold weather. Go ahead, Almighty.
I was going to say, I looked at the expanded roster, and it says on a doubleheader they can have 29 players in September. Yeah. I mean, it is 28, but they can add one more for a doubleheader. So there is some other crap going on.
Yeah. If you are,
Arkansas.
if you are thinking of going there, Double D, you must say Arkansas, and Coffee would probably move out there.
She was pronouncing Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Look, she's a good soul, Big Dog.
Yes, she is. She's a very sweet girl.
Yeah.
Well, I sometimes pronounce it Arkansas too, just to be for the fun of it.
Just to piss Roger off.
No, it's damn funny. It's good. When you guys do that, it's funny.
It's just like Illinois.
I was telling my daughter yesterday because she found I don't know where it was, probably on YouTube, where people from Tennessee were given in their own state, cities, streets, and stuff, and it was given to them to pronounce them. Even those dumbasses were getting them wrong. And my daughter was dying laughing because you pronounced them. Gentlemen, you would have pronounced them correctly. The people in Tennessee, where Cuervo is from, and people like me disappear, I was having a great time making fun of them. I respect Cuervo a great deal. But, they were unable to pronounce the different names. And there were some squirrely names too, Big Dog. Go ahead.
How did your daughter like New York?
I'm actually going to have her. I'm going to have her on the program. She could not handle the humidity. This is very difficult for her. And where her boyfriend lives, where the boyfriend lives,
significant other, life partner. Shall I go on? He's flipping me off underneath.
Did she go to Florida with you?
Big Dog died laughing because I muted him. I'm sorry, Big Dog. You're back in. You're back in. I apologize. It's the boyfriend, and they've been for a long time. Yeah. You better hurry up, Double D. By August of next year, either he's going to move out here or she's going to move out there. But going back, I think the city that they were in was Patterson. I thought it was Poughkeepsie. Poughkeepsie is very close, but it's Patterson. It's rural out there. So she did say that she did have a hard time with the humidity and the bugs. I said, well, you're in the country. You get those types of bugs.
And it's summer.
Yes. I did tell her, it's bad is when the mosquitoes come by and say, we're sorry. We're sorry. Oh, man. It's the bugs were pretty big. She was having a hard time up there. But beyond that, the humidity was like, hey, it's the East Coast, baby. That's the way it is. You go up and down. Yeah. You were in Florida and Georgia in December of last year. So
that was December.
A little bit of a taste.
Have her go down to Florida right now and then have her complain about New York.
Yeah, I made that mistake when I took my kids to Disney World. I took them in.
Big Dog, you didn't make a mistake. You took your family to go on a vacation, and you discovered the humidity.
Just because you had to change your shirt every hour doesn't, that doesn't.
No kidding. So right now in New York, because I have New York on my
as do I. Yeah.
It's going to be 75 today. It's 75 right now. It's going to go up to 82, but the humidity right now is 38%.
That's actually not too bad because right here, Big Dog, we're running at a little bit. We're here in Pomona. We're running about 40 or 45 right now. I'll take that. The last few weeks when we were at 87% humidity, oh, good God Almighty! Sorry. Oh my.
What did I do now?
Nothing. I was acknowledging your existence, brother.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
So I apologize. Anyway, it was horrid. She did travel. They went on a camping trip to Danbury, which is in Connecticut. So she's already been to another state that I haven't been to.
I was going to say, don't they make those chocolates there? God, I'm trying to...
I wonder if that actually is. It probably is. So
I know. It's. I've seen it. I've seen it somewhere on a documentary or something.
Sorry, both Big Dog and I clicked on it. Tony, oh man, hey Tony. I hope you have an awesome time at your 30-year high school reunion, and thank you. That is so cool. I appreciate it, man. And we will be on again next week, folks.
Tony,
I will be taking it.
No, I was just gonna say I didn't know Tony graduated when he was only 15 years old.
You see, that's why everyone loves the big dog. They do. They just love him.
15 years old.
I was
Oh,
just
the
thinking about that
Danbury
during
Mint.
it. I was thinking about that too.
That is cool. Tony, thanks for being with us, brother. I hope you have a
Thanks,
good time.
Tony. Have a good time.
Have fun
Look
at
up
your
that high school
reunion.
sweetheart.
Bang a cheerleader.
There you go.
If you have $5 in your bank account, you're richer than the state of Arkansas. Then all of us are richer than Arkansas. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's a lot of fun, folks.
Isn't that where Ozarks was supposed to be located? Even though it
They're
was filmed
very close.
even though that showed Ozark, and even though it was filmed in Georgia.
Well, I think the Ozarks are in St. Louis. I'm sorry, I mean in Missouri.
That's right, Missouri.
But
I'm
right
sorry.
next to them, man. They're-
I mean,
Missouri?
I don't know why I
Missouri?
messed that up.
yeah,
Arkansas,
Missouri.
but they're
Missouri?
Missouri. Oh God.
I
Oh,
will
Missouri?
thank. I have to thank my client that was in Missouri. She went to Japan this year, and just as I asked, they said, could we do your tax return while you're in Japan? And we set it up just perfectly. It was today for me, and she was in tomorrow when we did the tax return, which was bitching. But the point is, she was in Japan. I kind of went international when I had the client. I had the client in Guam, but she moves all around because she's in the Navy. But the client went to Japan. We did her taxes, and it was kind of neat. So
Now the next trick now, Raj, is to do her taxes when she's in international waters. From
that would be a trick.
The ship.
Yeah,
That
the
would
one
be
who
cool.
was in Guam. Yes, I'm not sure where she
Yeah.
was this last year, but there's two different clients. One was in Guam. The other went this year to Japan, and she was finishing up her. Actually, I think she's still there in Japan, finishing up either a semester or half year, whatever, of study, which is really awesome. So when she told me last year, I'm sorry, yeah. I think that was so cool, and I said, could we just do it? You're over there? She's like, yes. Oh, that didn't take much.
Bubblegum.
Japan has great bubblegum.
So she went in and you said she camped in Connecticut. Okay. What else?
I don't know. They spent a lot of time there. She met the family. They met the mom and the dad, and they met some cousins. I get that he might be the only child. So I don't know all the details on that, but she did meet quite a bit of the family. It's a big deal. So, Gmo did reprimand me a little bit because she said, "Well, we moved the date, and we're at Applebee's yesterday, okay?" And all of a sudden, I'm sorry, say what? Well, it was going to be this year. Like, say what? What are we talking about here, woman? And she says, well, no, we've moved it back till about the same time next year, August. Moved what date? She says, well, whether I'm going to move out there or whether he's going to move out here. Holy shit. So
all I can say,
the barkeep, Brandy, was dying laughing while that was happening. Actually, everyone in the bar was losing their shit because of how I was reacting. Go ahead, Almighty.
no, couldn't they just meet in the middle?
That would be
In the middle.
crime-fested Missouri.
No, there's a lot of states in the middle. I mean,
If you want middle America, that is Missouri. And did you know, folks, there's more gun crime and more crime, period, in Missouri than even in California? But yet everyone rips California, and there's more crime
because
in
California makes the news more than the Missouri.
Yes, very good. And there's more gun crime in Texas as well. But it's
well, it's
no one talks
Texas.
about that.
But that's Texas. That's how they settle things. I mean, come on.
That is true. Now when she
But
said,
think about this. But think about if they move in the middle, it'll be where the water is.
Okay. All right.
They won't be in the desert where there's no water in California.
Okay. That is fair.
Until you drain the Mississippi.
And they're talking, the idiots are talking about that. Do you realize how each state is going to get a piece of that canal or pipe, both figuratively and literally?
I mean, is it even doable?
It's a pipe is doable.
But I thought the states were
realistically-
against it. I mean, I thought the states along the river were like saying, "Fuck you." But
Yeah, well, I'm sure they're against it. That's why I'm saying it would have to be that each state would get money out of it.
But I mean, after you drain Mississippi, then where are you going to go? I mean, you're going to run out of rivers here, Roger.
Then you drain the Colorado.
It's already drained.
All right, big dog.
That's why you're going to
We've
Mississippi.
already done that.
You've already drained the Colorado. That's why you're going to the Mississippi.
Actually, seriously, folks, all we have to do is put the pipe up north to Seattle, the Seattle region, because they get so much rain.
It rains every day, doesn't it? You're right. Just put a bunch of barrels out there, and
Just ship it south. Yeah.
Well, then why didn't anybody think of that? I mean, there's lots of water.
Because it's easier to rattle Middle America's cage.
Yeah. Well,
just mention the idea and they lose their shit.
Yeah. Talk about guns coming to California.
Oh.
But or go up and take Canada's water.
Yeah, they're nice. They won't say anything.
Hey, you know what? Just pay them and they'll be happy. Coffee, when I did visit with Chris, Chris did mention that when I arrived last year, it hadn't rained in like 50 days. And the day
actually, all you have to do is go to Oregon.
There's a lot of water there too. I say we take it.
You don't got to go. I mean, you could do Oregon first, and then take all the water from Seattle and just keep going north until you get to Alaska.
I already went up there. It was nice.
No, I'm talking about your pipeline.
I'm all right with that.
I want to go back to GMO.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, we're talking about a pipeline. Okay, go ahead back to.
I am going to Vegas, Coffee. I'm going to be there in less than 12 hours.
Better make sure the hotel is still water retention worthy, because there's been about a half a dozen casinos that it looks like it's raining inside the casino.
If
they
you
just showed, in fact, they just showed it again yesterday.
If you look at the weather report for today, there's a flash flood warning. Not a watch, it's a warning. So
we'll see. Build your pipeline to Vegas then.
Why are you harshing our mellow when it comes to water?
And
They're
then
just ideas.
That way, I mean, you can do it now because since the mafia's gone, it'd be safe for you to do it without getting shot. So
I don't know if they're gone.
Well, maybe the corporations might have their own assassins.
Yeah. I noticed that the warning is now gone, so I don't know. Double D. Oh, you were there when it happened. It was raining hard. Yes, it's been happening, and it was scary. Wow, Double D. Double D, if you're willing, that's not a trick question. I'm going to send everyone a link in the chat room if they want to go ahead and join us. That would be kind of cool. Double D, I'm going to send it to you via Facebook just in case. And if you'd like to join us live, you can do it on your phone. However, but it'd be kind of cool. And you're more than welcome to join us. And you can talk about it. But anyway, I did send it to you. It might be early morning for her, so she might not be up for it.
Yuck.
The Death Valley, the record for one day was 1.47 inches, and it hit 1.46. And like 100 people were stranded in the middle of Death Valley because of that. The mud flows were just ridiculous. And I don't know if they've been, I'm sure they've been able to get the cars out now, but yeah, it was crazy. So hopefully I won't get caught in anything stupid. It's going to be 95 today. Right now in Vegas, it's only 82 degrees only. And over here, it's 86 already. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm looking at a high of 102. What are you looking at?
For today?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, Big Dog. I think I might finally luck out. Big Dog and I are always separated by 1 damn degree. It's that close all the time. For some reason, Big Dog, I'm only looking at 97 today.
Wow.
That's strange because it's interchangeable. We always say, "Hey, Big Dog," but it's always 1 or 2 degrees apart. This time it's a little bit more. It's hot everywhere. Vegas 95 today. Denver will get to 93. That's crazy. Dallas is going to hit 97. Even Washington's 83. New York's going to get up to 82. Buenos Aires.
That's 82. That's nothing.
I
That's
wonder.
That's kind of cool for August.
What did you say for Denver?
90
what?
Sorry.
Wow.
It's 76 right now. It's going to get to 93 in Denver.
I wonder if it feels hotter since the air is thinner, or if it feels not as hot since the air is thinner.
That's an interesting question.
Well, they're closer to the sun too.
Yeah. So I guess it might feel a
67
little
here
hotter.
in Minnesota, but the 80% humidity.
Damn.
What do we have? We have 72, which is very, very. I mean, that's August. That's pretty good. That's pretty low for August.
Coffee, please tell us and bring this story to the fore. Thank you for that. Terrell Owens. I'm putting that link in the chat room.
Oh yeah, I read about that. Yeah.
I did not.
Yeah.
What happened?
He was a baby.
Someone complained. He was walking his dog. I forgot what the hell it was. He blew it out of proportion because I guess the cop came up to him and he said had he not been recognized that he could have been killed. He played the race card perfectly or unperfectly, however you want to look at it.
Oh, he called her a Karen?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
And on video, it says that's when the woman yelled back, "You're a black man approaching a white woman."
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
My
That's right.
God. That's not him making it racist. That's if it is her.
Then she also says,
Karen.
but she also says, but you didn't have to get out of the fucking car.
Wow.
So Owens continued, you didn't have to talk to me that way either, Karen. So that's what he said. And then the woman yelled back, you're a black man approaching a white woman. So we got all kinds of crap going on with this one. And the woman later broke down crying, and Owens accused her of hamming it up for police. And I guess he was saying if the wrong type of cops came out, if they got the wrong type of information, you saw the video, she started crying. You never know how that situation could have turned. I could have died. Honestly, I could have died, and the storyline would be totally different. So, yeah, he's saying that if it was taken out of context, the cops could have just shot him down as, like, it would have been another riots in the streets or stuff, But so I don't know. It's just that.
You guys want to see it?
See what?
The video.
Yeah, sure.
I believe I can do the sound on it now. And
are you the man?
The what?
How did you figure out the sound mix? I mean, I'm just saying, are you the man because you finally got the
sound because Gmo came back. Figured out.
No, I think it was someone else.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay.
He's got a whole crew over there.
Please tell me if you can hear it.
I can't hear it.
Here we go.
I don't hear nothing.
I don't even see anything.
Well, there is no stop sign. What are you talking about?
I can hear it.
I wasn't, but I asked him to slow down, and he got out of his car and started harassing me. He put his car in park.
Right, because you're going to yell at me and telling me I'm almost hit you, and I didn't.
But you didn't have to get out of your car.
You didn't have to talk to me that way either, Karen.
You're a black man approaching a white woman.
This is NFL Hall of Famer Terrell Owens.
First of all, you had your boy right here, your husband right here. So first of all, I don't do that type of stuff.
You did. You put your car in park and you came at me.
First of all, I didn't come at you.
Yes,
you
did.
You can stop all of that, Karen.
Okay,
Get out of here with all of that.
You guys want me here? I can solve it.
He literally came after me.
Here she crying. There's Karen.
There it goes.
Look at this. This is unbelievable. Swear to God, I've never been a part of nothing like this. I've seen it. I've seen it.
So do you have your ID?
I've seen it. Yes, I've seen it, but this is firsthand.
And now he's on live.
Oh boy, and she's crying. Oh my God.
The incident took place in Florida, and unfortunately, it's just a scene we've taken in far too often.
This is real. This is real. This is real. Here you go. Here you go, sir. This is real. This is real. This is real. This is real. I've never seen it. I've seen it, but I've never been a part of this. This is real life. And now she's crying. Her husband tried to tell her to go in the house, but now she wanted to do the whole Karen thing. So I'm gonna be here with my camera to show everything. First of all, you need to stop that.
You were speeding through the neighborhood.
He was not. I was in the garage. In the garage.
She said I was speed. First of all, I know what you're saying. No, I get you. No, this is real. This is real life in 2022. This is real life Karen stuff.
The 48-year-old could not believe it.
Look
That
at
it
his
actually
face, man.
showed up
Yep.
on his doorstep.
That's a meme right there.
NJ.com geographically. It took place in Broward County. Interestingly enough, as you heard at the end of the video, an alleged eyewitness said Karen's account is false. Per TMZ, the story goes as follows. In the footage, the woman accused T.O. of driving recklessly, nearly hitting her with his car, and then getting out of his ride to intimidate her. Owens adamantly denied the allegations, saying he was driving safely and only got out of his vehicle because she was screaming profanities at him. You don't yell at me and tell me I almost hit you, and I didn't. Owens can be heard telling the woman in the video. But you didn't have to get out of your effing car, she replied. Owens continued, you didn't have to talk to me that way either, Karen. And this is the line that likely raised everyone's eyebrows.
Mhm.
That's when the woman yelled back, you're a black man approaching a white woman. Like it's a crime. Like Terrell Owens did a wrong. Outrageous. Owens would tell the Broward County Sheriff's Office, I'm driving to my mailbox. She's telling me that I'm speeding, telling me to slow down. The woman accuses Owens of running a stop sign, nearly hitting her with the car, and then getting out of his car after she told him to slow down. The woman then told police, I asked him to slow down, and he got out of his car and he started harassing me. In the nearly 11-minute video, Owens panned the camera to himself and said, there's Karen. This is unbelievable. I've never been a part of nothing like this. I've seen it, but this is firsthand. Before they got it, it was F you that. The police show up, the tears start flowing. TMZ provided an update to this story. The Broward County Sheriff's Office told the outlet, officers responded to the scene of the argument at around 10:30 p.m., but did not make any arrests.
Wow. That is crazy. The look that he had, guys, I think we as men recognize it. He's like, holy shit, this is really happening. That is crazy. I love the way he said, oh, okay, well, I forgot my train of thought, but he said, oh, now you're crying, or now you're, stop it. You weren't doing that earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. And look, we didn't see the whole thing. It's clearly acknowledged. But I loved it when she, oh, well, he was driving erratically, and he was speeding, and he almost ran me down. The other girl was like, I was in the garage. No, he wasn't.
I was in the garage.
So subtle. She's like, stop your bullshit, woman. That was hilarious.
Yep. That was.
But come on, guys. You're a black man approaching a white woman.
Yeah.
If you want elegant proof of a Karen, that's it. He might have been intimidating her. He
What
might
is
have
that?
done everything
1950 South?
Yes.
I mean,
Terrell Owens may have done all of that stuff. But that line, you're done, woman. It's over.
Yep.
Big Dog, some thoughts on that?
I'm just waiting to hear that now she's going to sue him in civil court for stress and PTSD or some bullshit like that because now she's completely afraid and she's afraid to go out of her home and blah blah blah. I'm almost guaranteeing that one.
I can't argue that.
Once a jury hears you're a black man approaching a white woman, she's done. I mean, they're going to get up and walk back. Hey, no, sorry, we're out of here.
Actually,
you're wasting our time.
We're going to take lunch.
Actually, no. Once they hear that, they won't even bring that to trial. The lawyers are going to be like, "Oh, we're done. Nope,
yeah, we're done.
Nope,
What's
going to happen is she'll try to sue, and she'll do something. Oh, yeah, they do. Florida has stand your ground, even though she's full of shit. He's lucky she wasn't armed. Well, I believe he could have been too. It goes both ways.
Yeah.
But look, I don't know. Look, we interviewed Terrell Owens. We called his games when he was doing the indoor football stuff. And Terrell is,
Terrell. Terrell is Terrell.
He's a straight up guy, though, when talking about himself and stuff. He's all right. He has a supreme opinion of himself. And granted, if you look at what he's done, it speaks for itself. But as far as criminal stuff, I'm missing it, man.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. He is, his ego is probably as big as anybody's ever had one. But as far as like doing illegal things, no. He's usually, I don't think I've ever really heard about anything. Womanizing or whatever. Yeah, Terrell. Yeah, he's a talker. He's like Ricky Henderson. Ricky Henderson.
If she brings a civil suit, he'll just say, "Get your popcorn ready."
Yeah. Well, I was going to say that a moment ago. Where if she sues, when Big Dog came up with the eloquent argument, I was going to say she's going to find someone to try to sue, and what's going to happen is she's going to countersue, and that's going to pretty much end it.
But once the jury sees him,
we'll play.
But when the jury sees him keeping his cool, they're not going to, I mean, and her going in hysterics.
Double D commented about his face. Folks, I got that. I got his reactions, man. He's like, I've seen this shit on TV, and it's happening now. It's like, oh, my God. Oh.
See, Owens is going to use that to propel himself into a reality TV show.
Yeah, I've heard those things too. It's just, he has a big ego. He talks about himself in the third person, and he's backed up his talk most of the time. But, yeah, this is Terrell. This is about as harmless as
but when he played in the Super Bowl with that leg not even healed yet.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
You can't, after that, you just can't, talk about getting the duct tape. And he played, and he probably shouldn't have, but he played
what
anyway.
Kurt Schilling did with the bloody sock.
So, he talked, but he backed up his words, and we've got good sound bites from him too. Like everybody says, get your popcorn ready now. It's that. And now we can make T-shirts that say, "You're a black man approaching a white woman." So,
my God, we should do that.
Get T-shirts made, walking around, and what the hell? Yeah,
look, folks, it's kind of like that one line in the Amber Heard Johnny Depp thing. There was an argument to be made by Amber in defense because of he did smear her, and that's why she did win some money. But folks, in any world, the moment the girl takes a dump in the bed, dude, you're done. You are done.
Well, I'm surprised I'm surprised she didn't drop her suit as soon as she thought that's going to. Oh my God, I don't want people to know that I was crap in the bed. My God, would you want that coming out?
According to her, it was the dog's crap, that not hers. And as far as extremism, with, like you said, Terrell Owens, and you said Clemens, half jokingly, I know, but
yeah, I didn't say Clemens. No, Schilling, I'm sorry, but don't forget the ultimate one.
I know
no one can beat this. When Ronnie Lott in the Super Bowl cut the tip of his pinky off so he could continue to play in the game. When they had to set, they said, we gotta set it. You'll be out of the game, or you're going to lose a finger. And he was like, well, if I lose the finger, will I be able to play? And they said, yeah. So he said, cut that sucker off.
Oh, mother of God. So you knew that? Was that the one, Almighty?
No, I thought he was going to talk about the other one, the home run. God, in the World Series.
Gibson?
Yeah.
Chris Gibson's home run?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's up there.
Okay,
but no,
that is incredible.
To cut an appendage off, no.
Yeah, I didn't think about that story. I was thinking still.
Yeah, no,
I was going the other route. I was going the other route.
You know what, folks? We can look back because there have been some incredible stories about athletes doing stuff. But yes, the Ronnie Lott one is real. The one with Terrell Owens, he should not have been playing that game, and yet he still delivered. That was amazing.
Yep. But now, you stub your toe on the basketball court, you can miss some games.
Wait, hold on. A Major League Baseball player can have a hangnail and he's out for 15 days.
Even worse, he can sneeze too hard and he throws his back out.
Oh, son of a... Remember that. That was like in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, yes. All right. Well,
okay,
folks,
let's go back. Okay. Ben Roethlisberger got some flack because he said that the players today aren't as tough as when he played. And then a player on the Steelers came back and jumped on it. But, Roethlisberger in an interview said, he was let go. The GM wanted to get rid of him anyway. But then he went on toward the end saying, players don't tough it out anymore like I used to, or we used to back in the day. And that got him some flack from other players. But I think I sent that a long time ago because it was like a few weeks ago when that happened. But since we're talking about, that's what reminded me of that story about him talking about that, Ben Roethlisberger. So,
Coffee reminds us that Sammy Sosa did that. He sneezed too hard. Yep. It's
Scorekeeper. I got just a quick one for you. Do you think it's ironic that Trey Turner wears number 6 and has such an eloquent slide where the previous number 6 couldn't slide to save his goddamn life?
As a matter of fact, he slid and jammed his thumb and ended the National League record.
Yes. But do you think it's ironic that Trey Turner?
That's funny.
I mean, you've seen that slide. I mean,
he's one of the better slides of all time.
Yes, especially that one where they show him where he slides into home plate and does that long, 12-foot slide. This kind of pops up like nothing.
I don't know if anyone can imitate that one, man. Oh,
and
you look it up. It's funny. Yeah.
Well, he just did another one just the other day where he had to run from pretty much the outfield. He was playing a deep short, and there was a pop-up. And Freddie Freeman just kind of nonchalantly was like, you get it. And you see Trey Turner as he catches the ball doing that beautiful slide, but at the same time he's looking up to Freeman going what the fuck, dude, you were right there.
Yeah. Folks, here it is. This is the one that Big Dog is talking about.
Oh, I love this slide.
This is really amazing. Okay. I think you've seen it as well, buddy. Here we go.
Good shot with the raindrops coming
you even hear it?
Lights.
Yep.
That's an opposite field base hit for Will Smith. Turner's headed home. Here's the throw from Harper, not in time.
Look at that. Beautiful slide.
How many guys in this world score on that hit? Trey Turner's one of them, and the Dodgers lead 2-0.
That was it right there. Look at that.
That is a one-hop line drive.
Look at that.
Wow.
A good throw home.
That's ballet.
We thank you for watching that. Sorry about that. Let me shut that off. By the way, we're probably going to get a strike for that because it is Major League Baseball video.
A little too long?
I don't know if it's just too long. It's just now we get hit for almost anything.
But that's fair use.
Not with Facebook.
Sure. Yeah, exactly.
I know, but still, it's fair use because we're a sports show and we're commenting on it. It's still fair use.
Yeah, the same thing too. If he puts music on for more than 3 seconds? Right?
No, that's wrong. That's a myth. No matter there's that's a myth. I was looking over copyright laws when we talked about it before, and
It
that's
may
a
be a
myth.
myth. It may be a myth, but I've been on shows, on comic shows.
Yeah.
Clyde McDonald is the one I watch, and they had music on, and all of a sudden the feed went dead.
Well, I'm just
And
saying
they
that
had to come back.
After a certain time, it will block it out until it stops because it recognizes it.
When I was going through the copyright law, because we were talking about it
Oh,
before.
I believe you.
I mean, they might be able to get away with it, but I thought it was 3 seconds too. I always preached that, but then I found out that no matter what you do, you get busted.
Yes,
I thought it was.
But then again, if that's true, then like because everybody steals for everybody. So if you steal a riff, wouldn't you get busted?
Yeah.
Oh wow, there have been a lot of litigious actions over that.
Yeah, but it depends how much. I mean, everybody steals for everybody. So I mean, every band can sue everybody because they're stealing something. So they have to draw a line somewhere.
I saw that play. Ridiculous. It's like it was a fair play. It was what the old announcers would call a bang bang play. When you look at it in slow motion, it is still obvious that he's catching the ball and blocks. He's got the ball. He's standing in there, so he's technically in violation, but the runner hasn't gotten there yet. So once he has the ball, it's just ridiculous.
Back in the late 80s, early 90s, who was the master of the blocking of the plate with the one leg down?
Well, look, Gary. He's talking about Gary Carter, which was good, and but Boone was violating it clearly. But here was the thing: you didn't like it, get even on the field. And Boone was so big that they didn't fuck with him. It's a whole different ballgame. But was Boone? Yes, he was. That man earned his money. I cannot argue.
Actually, you don't mess with any of the Boone family. They're all rough and tough, man.
Folks, I am coming near to the end of the program, and I do apologize. I'm going to have to get out at exactly this hour right now because I've got to contact a friend, and we're going to be setting up our trip in September. So I got to do it before I fly, and then I have to borrow a backpack from my daughter because that's all I'm going to take is just a backpack. I don't need anything.
Are you going via Qantas?
Yes, it's Alaska Airlines. Alaska. I'm going to Washington, Alaska.
Or is that executive bringing you the G5?
I will not comment about that right now, but I can only say that
you must be good at what you do.
All I can say is that all I had to do was get out there. Everything else is wow. I'm blown away. But I was like the fourth person on that list. I'm surprised it fell down to me, and I'm just flattered. I'm just thrilled, and we'll see. So it's going to be it starts tonight, and it's going to be on Sunday, and it's going to bleed into Monday too. So we'll see. It's going to be an awesome week. I'm probably never, ever, ever, ever going to do anything like this in my life.
I don't know if you have time, Raj. I mean,
yes.
In all seriousness, I don't know if you have time, but it'd probably be so much cheaper if you go to Ontario Mills or Montclair and pick up the jersey there, rather than at Allegiant Stadium. It's going to be the exact same jersey, and it's going to be so much more money.
If I get it off Amazon, it'll be cheaper.
Yeah, but you won't be able to take you. Yeah, yes, but I'm talking about being able to take it with you because if you order from Amazon, you ain't getting it till Monday or Tuesday.
Right.
I'm just saying today, if you hit Montclair really quick, it'd be.
Yeah, I was there last night with my daughter.
At least you'll be, it might be saving $50, $60.
Because we are at a minute now. I do want to thank Speedy for joining us. I want to thank Tony that was on with us earlier. Rosalind, of course, Aisha, Coffee, Double D. There are others. There are a lot of people that are watching the program but don't identify themselves, but I thank you. I want to thank Speedy, Big Dog, Almighty. Hey, that's it. Almighty, take us away, man.
Take us away. Everybody have a good week. Enjoy the preseason games that are left and be safe.
Later, guys. Take care.